Back on Tiger pregame and joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice, coming off of a frustrating loss, maybe is a way to put last Friday night at home. So much in front of you, and you get out to the early start, and then you see Smoky Valley turn it around. You go into the playoffs tonight. You knew that was part of the package. You go on the road. You wanted to be at home. That doesn't happen. Friday night was an odd night. The first half, both teams kind of answered back and forth, and then Smoky Valley kind of settled in, and the Tigers seemed to be trying to reach for something in that second half.
Yeah, and unfortunately we just kind of hit a couple bad spots there. We didn't convert on a couple good opportunities. We got that fumble from them, midway through the third quarter, too. That looked like it was going to be a spark. Part of it, too, is just a tribute to their depth. They've got 25 or so juniors, seniors on that team, and they're a team that's not going to hurt themselves. They kind of wait for you to make a mistake, and, their depth got to us a little bit down the stretch.
Let's talk about the start for you guys. It was a great opening quarter. Your defense comes out and really forced them into do some things they didn't want to do, gave the ball up on downs and on punts, and then actually let's start with that first fourth down stop. Smoky Valley lines up and kind of an in-your-face, here we come at you, and your Tiger defense, which it's done time. We've talked about goal line stands. That resembled one in the midfield.
Yeah, it did. Our guys were really dialed in and, played that particular play, what they were going to go to really well, and, set us up, gave us great field position right there, and then for us to be able to come in and capitalize on it. I think you probably couldn't have scripted the first 2.5 quarters any better for us.
Caleb Mindom takes it in. This guy, we talked about him a lot Friday night. We have every Friday, it seems like. When he gets a sliver of space, man, he takes advantage of it.
Yeah, he does. And I think we've said this before, that, he's just one of those guys that has really good football speed. And, man, when he gets an opening, he knows what to do.
142 yards on the ground for Mindom on Friday night. Levi Fitzenmeyer stuck one in after Smoky Valley had answered. I thought that was a great touchdown run that's kind of his MO. He's getting bumped, banged around, almost down, and he finds a way to stretch out there and get it across the goal line.
Yeah, he does. And he's, kind of wiry and shifty, and, he can get pretty creative on the inside sometimes.
You guys in the second half, as mentioned, saw Smoky Valley's depth really an answer, and you guys couldn't quite answer it, although you still had chances. You mentioned the fumble in the third quarter. That game was never in doubt in Smoky Valley's favor. You just couldn't seem to get over the hump when you got some opportunities.
No, we didn't. We had a 4th and 5 or something like that down around their 25 that we didn't convert. I had a couple interceptions that we threw in the second half, just trying to mix it up and look for some things. And, again, they're just really sound. They didn't make mistakes, and, we just had to capitalize when we had a couple of those opportunities.
Obviously, your team, finished with that game. It's time to move on. It's playoff football. You knew you had this game coming up. It is not where you wanted to be playing it, but obviously you look forward now to the Nickerson Panthers, a team that is coming in with 2 losses, 7-2 squad. They've got some balance, but obviously it runs through Coons. 1,391 yards before last Friday night on the season. And they've got some guys over 600 yards and 300 yards as well, but this guy is really where everything runs through. Yeah,
it is. He's just, kind of a big dude, but he's got good speed with him too, and, they're very well balanced on what they do. They average over 350 yards a game on the ground. They can throw it too, but I think the last couple of weeks they just felt like they could physically dominate their district opponents. So they've been, I think, 91% as far as the run-pass ratio. And so they can just line up and get after you.
You guys should have at least an insight to what they're running because they run a very similar offense.
Yeah, they do. It's a flex bone system, but it's kind of along the line of, what Coach Dreiling used to run at Hutch. It's more power-based than what we do in our system, but, you'll see similar formations. The inside midline, the base veer play, those are all same type of plays.
Let's talk about this week for you guys preparing. I know it was a disappointment. There was a lot of build up to that Friday night at home on senior night and to trying to get that home playoff game. You still have that in your sights, a win tonight, and you will be back at home.
Oh, absolutely. Go to Nickerson and win that. You travel that first round. Generally, winning that, you would get that next game at home. So, I don't know. We're optimistic. We got to go, play our style of game. We like some things that we can do against Nickerson, and we hope we can slow them down. And, anything can happen. Certain teams in the playoffs, and you just got to see who shows up on any given night.
Should be a fun one, I think, tonight, Coach. As always, we appreciate the time. Let's go get them this evening.
All right, thanks a lot.
Back with more on pregame in just a moment.
As a third-generation seed company, Oldie Seed has pioneered the development of soil-specific hybrids that thrive in your soils. Our Know to Grow research program is the largest in the Midwest and utilizes advanced technologies including Enlist, Extend, and Liberty Link soybeans. Oldie's research program delivers top yields while helping you win the war on resistant weeds. This season, don't settle for anything less than a soil-specific seed from Oldie Seed.
Having trouble understanding your internet connection? Just think of it in terms of water. The size of a water hose determines how quickly you get water, and the same goes for your internet. A garden hose pumps out less water than a fire hose, just like a 5 meg connection loads pages slower than a 20 meg. At the end of your hose is a sprinkler, which is equivalent to your router. If your sprinkler is old and clogged, it can only push out so much water, no matter how big of a hose it's connected to. For best results, be sure your router is up to date. For more questions, check out our website at bluevalley.net.
We are almost to the holiday season, and we at Union State Bank would like to say thank you. Thank you for your deposits, farm loans, home loans, or whatever other products. I know I'm thankful that as a Clay Center kid, I could bring my family back to Clay Center and find a job serving Clay Center. So would you trust us to serve you with one of our many loans or deposit products? As a standalone bank with no other branches in other towns, our success depends on your success. Let's do this together. Go local. Come to Union State Bank. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Clay Center Tiger football on KCLY is brought to you in part by Wilbur Ellis Reseed and Feed, Union State Bank, TSI Kansas Incorporated Clay Center, by Central Valley Ag, Walsh True Value Appliance and Lumber, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center at Manhattan, Crop Production Service at Clay Center, by Twin Valley, Midwest Regional Agency Jim Beerham, Subway of Clay Center, and Bud's Tire Service.
A playoff football Friday from Nickerson, Kansas. Rocky Dang along with our studio engineer, Bernie Pancella. No Zach Elzinga tonight. We need those stats, and I hope we have some stats we hope we will have wanted, right, Ched?
Right.
Randy Ched Carlson alongside once again. Always great to have our good friend Ched Carlson alongside. This is playoff football, Ched. We knew last week this was going to happen. We didn't know if it was going to be at home or on the road.
Right.
Obviously, a disappointing night last Friday in Smoky Valley, but this is a matchup tonight on the road. A lot of times people think, oh my gosh, going on the road, first round of the playoffs, there's no chance. This is a really good opportunity for the Tigers.
Oh, it's an excellent opportunity for the Tigers to bring it back home next week. It's going to be a great matchup tonight, I think. This is every way that we talked about it, every way that we matched this up. Now they have to kick it off and play it, but I like the way things could look tonight. Nickerson won the coin toss. They deferred. The Tigers will take the football. The opening kickoff is booted downfield, and Upback's going to take it at the 20-yard line. A return back up by Caleb Mendham, and he takes it near the 30-yard line and punished at the end of that run. But Caleb Mendham, of course, has had a tremendous year. We've stated it, obviously, throughout the season. Last week, 142 yards for Caleb Mendham, including that 49-yard touchdown run to start the ball game for the Tigers, put them up 8-0. Tigers take over their own 27-yard line is where Caleb Mendham officially marked down. They have Ant out to the right side. Peyton Lane, the quarterback. Levi Fitzenmeyer behind him. You have Gavin Seabold and Caleb Mendham, the wingbacks, to the right and left, with Wyatt Alexander tight to the left side. In motion goes Seabold, and back to the right side. He sets back up in an offense. First down and 10, Tigers' first offensive possession, opening possession of the football game. Again, Nickerson won the coin toss. The Tigers took the football after they deferred. Lane, right side. He is going to keep it himself, and he will
be tackled for no gain, maybe a loss of 1. It was tough last week for the quarterback, Peyton Lane, who's had a tremendous season. They couldn't get him going on the ground last week.
No, we couldn't get Peyton unleashed last week. We got a few other guys going a little bit. Peyton couldn't get it going. That play, he slipped and fell as he was headed down the line of scrimmage.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. Atkinson inking off to the left side now, and they put off to the right. Off the line, Connor Last. Peyton Lane under center. He will turn right side again, pitch late, right side. Ball is bobbled, and then scooted downfield. The Tigers fighting for the football, and they come up with it. This is a bobbled situation that turns into a good thing for the Tigers.
Absolutely.
They will gain 7 yards.
7 yards on the fumble that time, and Clay Center did cover the ball, so we're looking at a 3rd and 3, but everybody was racing after the ball. Clay Center was able to cover.
Tigers out to their own 35-yard line. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. We'll call it an official 6-yard game. That was on a fumble that scooted forward. The Tigers covered up. Peyton Lane under center, then backs out of the center, looks over to the sideline. They'll bring Ant in toward the line left side on the wide side of the field, just off the line of scrimmage. 2 wing back in motion goes Mendham. And it'll be handoff underneath. Not much there. Now they go outside to Mendham. And he is fighting for extra yards, but nothing for Caleb Mendham to get to. I thought they handed that off initially to Levi Fitzenmeyer underneath. It was a quick hit to Mendham outside. Not a pitch, but they end up with a loss of about 5. It'll be 4th down and long.
Yeah, 4th and long. We'll be bringing in the punting team. Caleb Mendham just ran out of real estate there. He ran out of field, and Nickerson, with all the blue jerseys, were covering that up quick.
Connor Last, the punter, he has averaged over 40 yards per punt on the season. That 160-yarder that was the highlight of the year. Good snap. He has it, and he spirals one downfield, taken back by Salazar inside the 25-yard line. The return starts at the middle, now to the right sideline. He's bumped out of bounds. Tackle's going to be made by Gavin Siebold, the ball hawk, on the sideline. But pretty good field position for Nickerson on their first possession.
Yeah, we might be calling Salazar's name a few times tonight. He's not very big. I mean, he's not very tall. He's 5'9",
right?
But he's a bowling ball type runner, and he's got a little swagger to him out there. You can tell already on that punt return.
This offensive line has really opened up a lot for Nickerson this year. Of course, the big number, Coons, 21 touchdowns, 1,391 yards in the first 9 games of the season. Here is Schrag, handoff to the right side. This will be Coons, and he has stood up, driven backwards. Nice job by Anthony Atkinson. And you see Connor Last in on the play, and then the interior lineman, Gavin Ware, the beast inside as well. It'll be a gain of 3, but a pretty good stop for the Tigers on first down.
It was a good stop. It was good pursuit by the Tigers' left side of the line there. The linebackers, everybody came and did their job. Coons is going to get the ball a lot tonight. You know, it's a night where it'd be good to have Zach here and tell us how many times he carries that ball. I think he's going to get it a lot.
193 carries through the air for those almost 1,400 yards of offense from rushing for Coons. Here is a handoff underneath midline, and nothing there. The Tigers stand it up. Gavin Siebold, the ball hawk, finishes it off. But you've got Levi Fitzenmeyer and Peyton Lane inside. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 yards still to go.
Peyton Coons with the ball once again. He's 6'1", 192 pounds, and he knows how to carry the ball. Tigers knew how to stop him on the first two runs from scrimmage so far.
It'll be interesting to see if Nickerson tries to throw the football. They don't like to. About 200 and some yards offense through the air on the season between 2 different quarterbacks. Schrag, a big 6'5" guy underneath center, hands it off, counterplay from left to right, and there's some room and a first down carry. This will be taken downfield to the Tiger 40-yard line. Connor Last makes the tackle, but it is a carry downfield by Isley, who has 374 yards on the season, and he picked up a good stack there. Little counterplay. You've got to keep an eye on 25, but then 23 hits you for a good gain down to the Tiger 40.
Tristan Isley came from that left. I call it a flanker back type position, but
right.
they run it like Rock Creek used to, where they turned them inside and they're facing the quarterback at an angle.
Quick pace for Nickerson as Schrag goes under center. And off underneath, he's going to keep it. Almost lost it. Now gets to the outside. He's tackled by Trevin Shirley. Good play made near the sideline, but a good carry by the quarterback, Schrag. He took that snap, faked it to the belly of Coons. When he pulled it out, he almost lost the football, then pulled it back in. and gained about 5 yards.
Tanner Schrag, their quarterback, is a junior. He's 6'5". He's about 190 pounds. He doesn't throw it a lot. He doesn't keep it a lot. That time he kept the ball and brought it around the end.
Wide left goes Pearson Schrag. Tanner Schrag, the quarterback, under center. He will counterplay it from right to left. Great play underneath. Inside tackle made by Levi Fitzenmeyer. The big bull on defense makes the stop, and it brings up 3rd down and 3.
That's a huge stop when you can make that from the backside like Levi Fitzenmeyer just did. That was a great tackle. As soon as he made contact, that back was on the ground. No dragging it along, no extra yardage after contact. He was on the ground as soon as Levi hit it.
7 minutes to work, first quarter. No score as of yet. 6:57 to work. Nickerson with the football at the Tiger 35-yard line. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Schrag, a long snap count. They've been quick so far. He takes a little time to get this one set up. 3rd and 4, maybe 5. Pitch right, and this is Coons. He's breaking free. He's to the 15, to the 10, down to the 5, still carrying tacklers. Inside the 5-yard line goes Peyton Coons. He has had now over 1,400 yards on the season. You see why.
Yeah, he's a good runner, but that time he was patient. He was a patient runner that time. The first few times he carried the ball, he was on a quick hitter type run. That time he waited for his blockers to set up. He got a little seam, and then he hit that burst. And he found a little open field, drug some Tigers down inside the 10.
Big and strong, but he has some speed. Now it's 1st and goal, Nickerson at the Tiger 2-yard line. Schrag with Coons behind him, goes under center. Crouching down in that 6'5" frame, handoff, and Coons walks it in. And this is a touchdown for Nickerson. They lead it 6-0 early. 6:16 to work, opening quarter. Tigers down 6-0. This is not the script they wanted. As I talked to the Tigers, they knew they had to keep Coons in check, keep them off the field offensively. The Tigers gave it up early, and Nickerson goes down and scores early.
Well, the Tigers didn't really break down anywhere except one play.
Right.
You know, one play which was a big run for Coon, and he was able to carry some Tigers down there. Tigers had pretty good defense otherwise, need to make a few adjustments.
Kyle Elliott on for the extra point try. The snap is there, the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0, Nickerson on top. Tigers will get the football back. Playoff football on a Football Friday night here on KCLY continues next.
I'm Aaron Proctor, Director of Physical Therapy at Clay County Medical Center. When you visit us, we'll take the time to do a complete evaluation and develop a customized treatment plan designed to improve your function so you can live the way you want to. We're fully equipped and continually advancing the skills of our staff to help you reach your goals. Please call our office at 785-630-2455 to find out what we can do for you.
In this risky market, does your farm have the protection it needs? Farmers Union Insurance is committed to providing our farm families with complete insurance solutions for every operation, large or small. We have products to cover everything from crops to combines, homes to barns, autos to auto steer and your tractors. Our products will help manage your risk and keep you protected from the unknown. Give me, Jim Gearhan, a call at 632-3264 or stop by our office at 426 Lincoln Avenue in downtown Clay Center. We are proud to support the Tiger Athletics.
6:16 to work, opening quarter. Tigers trail now 7-0. Here's the kick again, pooch to the outside and out of bounds. Smart for the Tigers. They put Caleb in them up, obviously where this guy kicks all the time. He had the first opportunity to return it. This time they kick it out of bounds. Tigers take over at their own 35.
Yeah, he just kicks it straight towards the 30-yard line, out of bounds line, you know, and he takes about 2.5 steps, and they're not quick steps. He's a very large man.
Gomez, a sophomore, yeah. Steps up and boots it.
And all of a sudden that ball just flies, but they're kicking towards the sideline.
Tigers 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line, down 7-0 early here, opening quarter, 6:16 to work. Tigers' second possession on offense. Tigers win. They host that playoff game next Friday night in the Den. Here's Peyton Lane, right side, fakes it, now keeps it, and moves forward and across the 40-yard line. A good gain on first down for the Tigers. It'll bring up second down and less than 5.
Well, that's the kind of first down effort you want to get out of your offense at all times, you know. You want to have several downs to work with less than half of the yardage you need for the first down. Here we're looking at second and, as you say, less than 5.
And quick to the line of scrimmage. They put Ant off the left side. Mendham, the wingback right. Seabold left. Levi, no correction, Dylan Moon, the back behind the quarterback, Peyton Lane, who goes in under center. Garrett Craig, right side. Lane's going to keep it. Now breaks a tackle near the first down marker, then squirts forward, appears to have it. It'll depend on the mark, but it could be first down and 10 for the Tigers.
Yep, he got it. They're moving the chain.
No question on the move, and it's first and 10 Tigers after their own 46-yard line.
Well, to get our offense going, we have to, sometimes build the blocks, right. And that's what we're doing right here. 2 runs by Peyton Lane, move the chains, and we're going to start trying to get something going here.
Tight left, Atkinson Inniking. Now he'll split out further left on the wide side of the field. Moon still the back behind Peyton Lane. Lane, left side, ball on the ground, loose, and a scramble to the football. It'll be second down. Tigers do get on top of it, fortunately, but they lose a couple of yards, second and 12.
Well, that's minor. We wanted to hang on to the pigskin that time and keep possession of the ball. We're going to be looking at second and about 12 now, but it is our second and 12.
Tiger offensive line to the right side, Logan McDonald. Gavin Ware to the left side is Cody Carlson and Holden Heigl. Garrett Craig the center. Tigers in a tight formation with Atkinson and King splitting off to the left side a bit. Then tight left is Wyatt Alexander. It'll be second down, 12 yards to go. Tigers from their own 43-yard line. Hand off underneath. And a tough yardage play for, I believe that's Gavin Siebold with the carry this time. He does take it back across the original line of scrimmage, but third down and long. That was Levi Fitzemeyer with the carry. It'll be third down 9. Gain of 3 on the play.
Not many people stopped Levi Fitzemeyer cold in his tracks. Whoever hit him that time stopped him cold in his tracks. Then he started trying to fight for more yardage. He was able to maintain his position, but he was hit hard.
Nickerson in almost entire blues, tops and bottoms and helmets with just the white highlights on the shoulder pads. Tigers, of course, in the visiting white jerseys with the black and orange pants. Here's Lane under center. He's going to drop back to pass first time. Pressure coming. Fires downfield. It's going to be maybe picked off. No, incomplete. He was aiming on the right side. Defender almost scooped it away, but he didn't have to scoop it off the turf. It brings up fourth down for the Tigers. They'll have to punt it away for a second time.
I think he was trying to get the ball over to Wyatt Alexander over there, and he underthrew him a little bit. The defender had a little bit better position to make a play on that ball. No, it was for Connor Last. And the defender was able to make a little bit better play on the ball, was not able to make the interception. Now Connor's back to punt.
Last stands at his own 34-yard line. Good snap. The boot away, and he bangs one downfield. Salazar back up to his own 10-yard line. Now returns toward the right sideline. And he'll take it out across the 30. And he is driven down near the 35-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 34. That's where Nickerson takes over for their second possession. Tigers down 7-0. 3:26 to work here in this opening quarter. So the Tigers twice have had to punt. Now Nickerson takes over at their own 34-yard line. First drive, there were 2 big plays. One 15-yard play that set up first and 10 inside Tiger territory, and then Coons with that big carry that took him down to the 2, and then one more play later they took it into the zone.
And that big run by Coon was really the biggest breakdown the Tigers have had on defense so far tonight. We need to just buck up here and try to get that ball back.
Tanner Schrog, the quarterback, goes in under center, 6'5", as I mentioned. Big guy is going to hand it off underneath. Quick hitter, Coons, is going to be tackled by Peyton Lane, but not before he gets it across the 40-yard line out near the 43. It's going to be second down and short.
Yeah, Peyton Lane, Gavin Siebold in on that tackle as well, but he was able to find a little real estate out there. He got past the initial Tiger surge, picked up 8 yards on the run.
So second and a couple of yards to go. It's Nickerson 7-0, 3:01 to work here in the opening quarter. Tigers trailing by a touchdown. Nickerson from their own 44-yard line, second down and short. 2 wingbacks, one back behind the quarterback, Schrog. He will work it, counter play from right to left. What a hit in the backfield, and then stretching it out left side, but still getting a first down. Logan McDonald made that hit about a yard deep in the backfield, but couldn't wrap up and finish off the tackle. Give credit to Nickerson for making the extra effort to get it across the 40 or to the 45 for 1st and 10.
Where he was first hit, it was 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and it looked like we were going to make a big stop there. He was able to bounce out of that tackle, as you said, turn, roll off, and pick up just enough, like a half a yard extra for that first down.
2:27 to work, first quarter. Tigers down 7-0. Nickerson with the football at their own 45. First down 10. Schrog, similar offense to the Tigers, 2 wingbacks, 1 receiver right. It is the that mid-veer line, but they try to keep it between the tackles primarily. Now the first down carry is going to be taken by Coons across the midfield stripe. It'll be second down and about 6 to go after a 4-yard gain.
Well, both teams run a similar enough offense that the defense has been playing against it all year, in practice. And, enough guys go both ways that they know the offense pretty well. And there are little differences, but it's similar enough that they get the keys, on defense. And so that's an advantage for both sides.
Second down 5 after the gain of 5 by Coons, who has over 1,400 yards on the season. Here is Schrog keeping it outside, nearly tackled in the backfield. Now shakes off a tackle into the sideline, driven out of bounds by Connor Lass, but first down yardage by Tanner Schrog. Atkinson indicating had a hit in the backfield. Tigers 2 or 3 times now have had chances to drop guys for loss. They haven't been able to finish.
Schrog was a little tougher runner there than he showed earlier. He had a lot of fight to him as he was coming down that line of scrimmage because he bounced off of several different Tiger would-be tacklers, got out, picked up enough for the first down.
640 yards on the season, 10 touchdowns for the quarterback Schrog, who goes back in under center. He will pitch it quickly to Coons' right side, carry toward the sideline, and again, a good carry by the Nickerson Panthers offense as they'll move it to about second down and 3 to go after a 70-yard gain on the right sideline by Coons.
Well, Coons has been their main man all year long. They've been riding on his success. He's a senior. He's 6'1". He's, what is he? He's 192 pounds, and he can run the ball very, very well.
Got a good burst along with some size.
Yeah.
Second down and 3 after a 7-yard gain. 1:18 to work first quarter. Tigers trailing here 7-0. Schrog under center. He has wingback right Kaufman. Second down short. Counter play from left to right this time, and the carry is going to be taken inside the Tiger 30-yard line down near the 25. This is Isley with the carry this time, and first and 10 again, Nickerson. They're quick hitting, quick paced sometimes. That time they took some time before snapping the football, but still once they get it going, everybody on a real mission and a real motion at the same time.
Yeah, Isley comes out of that left wingback type position, and then he turns it upfield in a hurry, and both times he carried the ball, he was able to move the chains for Nickerson.
1 minute left, first quarter. Tigers trailing here 7-0. Nickerson driving again. Schrog under center, right side. He's going to keep it himself. Now gets to the outside, turns the corner on the sideline near the goal line. Nickerson goes in again. This time, Tanner Schrog, the quarterback, faked it to Coons, got to the outside sideline, and then finished it off going the distance to the zone from 26 yards out. It is 13-0. Tigers now trail.
And from about 8 yards on in, he was walking a tightrope there. I thought he was going to maybe step out of bounds, but he did not. He was able to keep it in bounds, but he was able to take it up the sidelines to the end zone.
Kyle Elliott on for the extra point try. He hit the last one. 13-0 with 46 to work opening quarter. Tigers down here by 2 scores. Here's the kick on its way. It is up, and it is no good this time. Tigers, though, trail by 2 scores. 13-0. Opening quarter has 46 seconds left. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hasselmack, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full Precision Ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Profit System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
Tigers down 13-0. Again, the angled kick away from Caleb Mendham. So obviously Nickerson is not wanting to give the special teams a chance to make a play. But the offense for Nickerson has been really, really good. Tigers have had chances to tackle in the backfield. They haven't. And Nickerson has made first downs, made big runs, and 2 touchdown drives. They've made pretty efficient this far.
Yeah, they have been. They've been very efficient. They've been able to move the chains about every 2 plays, 3 plays. They haven't even came close to stalling out on a drive. And then both drives had one big play that was a backbreaker.
Tigers 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. They trail 13-0, 46 to work, opening quarter. Ant goes wide left. Lane under center. In motion, Mendham. They will hand it off underneath. Levi Fitzmeyer. Good carry across the 40 out near the 45-yard line. He gains about 8, maybe 9 yards on the first down carry. Just the Tiger offense can kind of get a little rhythm going right now.
Well, absolutely. And there was only one guy left to tackle Levi Fitzmeyer, and he had to grab him up around the neck, to bring him down at a 9-yard gain on that play. But otherwise, Levi Fitzmeyer was going to be gone.
Second down short for the Tigers at their own 44-yard line. 15 to work first quarter. Tigers trailing here 13-0 with the football, though, at their own 44, second and short. Lane, right side. He hands it off. That will be a carry across the 45. It appears to be a first down. It will be 1st and 10 Tigers, and likely to be the final play of this opening quarter with the Tigers trailing 13-0. Good carry by Levi Fitzmeyer and that electric company, putting a charge into the offense, clock back into motion. I don't think the Tigers will snap it, and they won't. We're headed to period 2. Tigers trail 13-0, but they are on the move. 1st and 10 from their own 46 when we come back to Nickerson.
Holiday celebrations are always fun, and they're even better when you have help with the extra touches. Ray's Apple Market makes it easy on you by offering delicious deli trays with your choice of meats, cheeses and crackers, or vegetables and fruit. Sweeten up the get-together with a brownie and cookie tray and add a touch of homemade goodness with breads and rolls from the bakery. They also have Rock House salads to complement your main course. Find everything you need for your Thanksgiving meal at Ray's Apple Market.
Take action now for a successful crop next year. At Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed, we're ready to help you plan for next season's weed control, moisture conservation, and fertilizer needs. For your plan, we'll utilize soil testing and variable seeding rates to come up with site-specific fertilizer and seed systems. Now is a good time to establish your fertilizer and chemical program for productive crops in 2018. Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed, we offer customized solutions to help your crop thrive.
Tigers kind of waiting for something really good to happen. Chad, don't you think?
Well, I'm ready for it. That was a very fast quarter.
Yeah,
we traded a couple of possessions. They happened to score on theirs. Tigers just moved the chains. We're going to try to get something going.
Peyton Lane keeps it off the ball fake and now moves across the 50, breaks the tackle, still squirming forward into Nickerson territory. He takes it to the 48. It's a gain of 6, second down 4.
Peyton Lane is never going to quit.
Right.
I mean, he could have his entire back on the ground, both legs, both arms on the ground, and he's still going to be fighting for yardage.
Just underway second quarter. Tigers trail 13-0. Second down 4 now at the Nickerson 47-yard line. 48-yard line, I should say. Second down, 4 yards to go. Fitzmeyer behind Peyton Lane. And is out to the right side. Back to pass, rolling right. Peyton Lane. Ball fakes it. Now he's going to tuck it and run it. Gets a good block from Anthony Atkinson Inniking. And now the flag comes in late. And I have a bad feeling this is going to be on Ant, and I don't think this is going to be a good call if that's what it is.
Well, if they call that defenseless player or something like that, that was a great block.
Right.
That was a great block. It was in the perfect spot on the field.
He didn't go with the head. He went to the shoulder pad.
He came with the shoulder pad and hit the shoulder pad. They need to pick it up, but they're not going to.
We're about to get the call. It would have been almost first down yardage. Let's see what they call it. It is against personal foul against the Tigers. What happened? Peyton Lane rolled right, wanting to pass. Ball faked it. Couldn't get a man open. Tucked it and ran it. Ant, who was downfield running the route, came back to block and made a really nice block. But he was called for a personal foul. And I know they're concentrating on the defenseless player situation, but it almost becomes a point where you can't play football anymore.
That's a difficult situation there. That's a very, very difficult situation.
Second down 16 after the penalty yardage. So instead of maybe first down or third and very short, it's second down 16. Lane again to pass, stands in the pocket, fires downfield, throws it up, and there is a lot of contact. Atkinson indicating may get it back here on an offensive or a defensive pass interference, it appears, downfield. This would make it 1st and 10 Tigers.
Well, hopefully it'll go the right way, and it should. You know, what I saw there.
Right, I agree. And it was trying to get back to the football, and they wouldn't let him get there.
Yeah, he couldn't get there.
Pass interference. Oh, they call this on the offense. Oh, my goodness.
And that was on the backside of the ball. He was on the backside of the ball trying to get there.
I didn't see that at all. Well, did not see that at all, but that's the call. It'll be second down very long with the Tigers. It's moved back inside their own 30. Well, it'll be second down 31 from their 25.
If you ever need motivation to play the game, number 16 has the last 2 plays.
I'm telling you, I'm on his side. As you've heard here on the air, here's Peyton Lane left side with the run. Now gets to the middle, to the open field, to the 50-yard line, to the 40, 35-30, 25, knocked out of bounds. First down and 10 Tigers after a 2nd and 31. Peyton, big play Lane, takes it to the Nickerson Panther 25-yard line.
2nd and 31.
Wow.
And it was maybe a pass play, but I don't think it was. I think that was a quarterback keeper all the way. You know, Peyton Lane found an extra gear when he got a little open field there. He was run out of bounds, but not before he picked up more than the 31 yards he needed.
What a big-time play for the Tigers. 10:40 to work, first half, down 13-0. Faced with 2nd and 31, and Peyton Lane wraps off a big-time play to the Panther 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Handoff underneath. Levi Fitzenmeyer. He'll take it down to the 20. It'll be a 4-yard gain. 2nd down 6. And the Tigers may have just found a little extra. You talked about Peyton Lane and extra gear.
Yeah.
Those 2 calls, I didn't agree with either, as you know.
No.
And the Tigers know what's going on out there. They may have just found a little extra motivation.
Well, I would think so. I think everybody in the stands on the other side of the field is a little bit motivated right now. But with that said, the Tigers have something going on here. We're near the 20-yard line and 2nd and 5, 6.
Here's Peyton Lane underneath. He will hand it off late, and a carry that's going to be near a first down. It appears to be first down yardage down to the 15-yard line. That was Levi Fitzenmeyer. It's almost an old Marysville option play where you keep the ball in the belly all the way through the line of scrimmage and finally give it off and keep running with them. They did not give him first down, but it's 3rd and inches now. 9:36 to work. Tigers down 13-0. Ball at the 15-yard line of Nickerson. 3rd down, inches to go for the Tigers. Dylan Moon, the back behind Peyton Lane. Lane under center. He will hand it off to Dylan Moon. That's a first down carry easily, 2 or 3 yards for number 23. Dylan Moon takes it 1st and 10 Tigers now. 1st and 10 inside the 15 of Nickerson.
Well, Tigers have something going on here, and it all stemmed from a big run by Peyton Lane on 2nd and 31 after the Tigers had 2 15-yard penalties. So here the Tigers have something going on. They can pick up 1 more first down before the touchdown, but they're inside at about the 15-yard line. 13.
Dylan Moon stays in at that fullback behind Peyton Lane, the quarterback. Mendham right, Seabold left. Lane under center. Left side, quick hitter again. Dylan Moon, short yardage play, but he gains about 4 or 5. They got something working inside now against Nickerson.
Tell you what, Dylan Moon is quick. You know, he is quick. He's a little smaller than some of those other backs we have out there, and he hits that hole in a hurry, and all of a sudden, before you know it, he's picked up 4 yards.
2nd down 6. Football is at the Nickerson 9-yard line. Tigers trailing by 2 scores, 13-0. Levi Fitzenmeyer back in the game. You have Ant wide left. Fitzenmeyer behind Lane, the quarterback, and then Mendham right, Siebold to the left side. Lane, pitch out, late, Siebold right side at the 5, tries to cut it inside his feet just slipping out from underneath of him, but good yardage gain near the first down marker. It'll be third down and short.
Josh Salazar was coming over there, the guy that's returned the 2 punts for Nickerson, and he was coming over there. Siebold was getting ready to make a cut inside, and both of his feet just slipped right out from under.
Third down 2, football at the Nickerson 5-yard line. Obviously 4-down territory for the Tigers, down 13-0 with 7:49 to work first half. Lane under center. Spins left, hands off. Levi Fitzenmeyer bounces off one tackler, and it'll depend on the spot.
Yeah. That's going to be very close from the way that one official's foot looks over there.
We'll see if they measure.
No, they're going to be about a
yard. They're going to call it fourth down and a yard. Tigers will obviously go for it. Fitzenmeyer went right to the line of scrimmage, right across the center, was bumped, kind of bounced back. I thought the initial forward progress might get him there. It did not.
I was hoping so as well.
Fourth down short for the Tigers at the Nickerson 4-yard line. 7:10 to work first half. Tigers trail here 13-0. Peyton Lane under center. And now we've got a timeout taken by the Tigers. We'll break as well. Tigers threatening down 2 scores, but they're fourth down and short at the Nickerson 4 when you come back with Tiger football.
Are you looking for great pay, consistent work, steady miles, quality time with your family? Then look no further. These are just a few reasons to contact TSI Kansas Incorporated. Add paid health and dental insurance, 401k, vacation and paid holidays, and you can have a great career with TSI Kansas. If you're a qualified truck driver with a Class A CDL and a minimum of 2 years over-the-road experience, we encourage you to apply at TSI Kansas Incorporated. Full and part-time over-the-road positions are available.
Come to Robbins Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat for their summer clearance event going on now. Test drive a new 2017 Ram truck, the longest-lasting truck in America, now priced to move with deep summer discounts and 0% for 72 months. Now is the time to buy. See the complete inventory online at robbinsmotors.com or stop by and see them on West Anderson in Manhattan. Robbins Motor Company is a proud supporter of Tiger football.
7:03 to work. Tigers down 13-0. Fourth down short at the 4-yard line of Nickerson, and Peyton Lane snowed under, but appears to have fallen forward for a first and goal. Tigers.
I think so. I hope
we
so.
haven't seen the chains move yet. First and goal. Tigers do have it inside the 4-yard line. Just under 7 minutes to work here in this opening half of play.
All right, the guys with the chain gang, they can drop their chain right now and just watch. And the guy that's the yardage ball marker guy, he still has to work. Tigers have 4 downs to try to get it in the end zone.
Both teams keeping it on the ground for the most part. Quick first half. Tigers down 13-0. Lane, left side handoff. Levi Fitzenmeyer hit initially, then falls forward inside. Tigers calling for a touchdown. It's very, very close. They'll say just short. Second down and goal inside the 1. 6.5 to work first half. Tigers down 13-0, but threatening. Second and goal inside the 1-yard line.
Tigers just want to take care of the ball and just pound it into the end zone.
Peyton Lane under center, and he will keep it. Quarterback Keith dives forward. Touchdown Tigers! Touchdown Clay Center Tigers! They answer here down 13-0 with 6:15 to work. They punch it in and march it downfield from 35 yards on the kickoff that went out of bounds, and Peyton Lane caps it off with a second and goal touchdown.
And there was no doubt there. He was just going to keep that ball. He went slightly off his center's hip, and he found the end zone.
Remember, the Nickerson Panthers made the first extra point, missed the second. Tigers will go for the 2-point conversion here, down by 7 points. See if they can cut it to 5, if they can score here in the 2-point conversion. Peyton Lane stays, of course, at quarterback with Levi Fitzenmeyer behind him. Lane under center. Hand off, no pitch out left to Mendham. Has to back up. Now trying to break a tackle, just nothing there. And he'll be dropped in the backfield. Tigers, though, score it. 6:15 to work, down 13-6. We got a ball game. Playoff football Friday night here from Nickerson. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Injuries can occur at inconvenient times, but Ortho On Call is there for you. The after-hours injury clinic at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center is open Monday through Friday till 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday till 4 p.m. They can treat broken bones, strains, and sprains, as well as small cuts or wounds with no appointment necessary. Ortho On Call provides an alternative to emergency rooms and urgent care, and they accept most insurances. Located at 1600 Charles Place in Manhattan, the greatest comebacks begin here.
Ho, ho, ho! It's Jolly St. Todd from Wall's True Value. Hey, we've got to make room for Christmas decorations and merchandise because, well, Corley and Terry say so. So we need to sell a bunch of appliances. Get washers with agitators starting at $265, matching dryers at $250, smooth top electric ranges starting at $300. Hey, if you have rentals or you want high-end appliances, we have a huge selection to pick from at Wall's True Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center, open 7 days a week for you.
Tigers get a huge score, down 13-0. They drive it downfield, 65 yards on the possession, and then punched in by the Peyton Lane quarterback keep. Now an important time here for the Tiger defense to make a stop.
Absolutely, and this is the first time Clay Center's kicked off tonight, because Nickerson has kicked off 3 times. They opened the game kicking off, then they scored twice, and they basically just kicked it to the out-of-bounds line on the sidelines. Here we have Levi Fitzmeyer back there ready to kick it off, and it's time for the Tiger defense to say, we're going to help the offense now.
The kick on its way, the tasty pastry kickoff taken back inside the 5 or 10-yard line. Here's the return to the left side. Some room to run. What a great ankle tackle downfield by Levi Fitzmeyer, the kicker. No, that's Dawson Humphrey, Dawson Humphrey. He saves some big-time yardage for the Tigers.
Dawson's not a real big guy, but he extended his body just parallel to the ground. He shot across there, and he was able to just get an ankle on the return man, tripped him up, saved a lot bigger return.
First down 10. Tigers will take over defensively after scoring to cut the lead down to 13-6. Schrog, the quarterback, under center. Big guy goes in that low crouch. Now he's going to pitch it deep right side. This is Isley, stretched out near the sideline. Now he turns it back against the grain, trying to reverse field, and he is tackled by Wyatt Alexander. The animal was going to drop him for about a 5-yard loss. Big-time mistake for Nickerson. They had him shut down on the sideline. He reversed field like a punt return, and Wyatt Alexander eats it up.
And that was a great play defensively by the Tigers on both sides of the field, both shutting it down over there, bringing it back over here. And I'm going to just rant just a moment here. There was a shot on one of our guys that was totally blindsided, a shot on a defenseless player, much more flagrant than what we got called for earlier.
They're only counting down for a 1-yard loss, but still second down 11. Here is Schrog, right side, handoff Coons. He can run it, and he almost picks up first down yardage. It will bring up third down at about 2, maybe 3 yards to go. The Tigers able to stop this guy that can really move the football.
He's a good back. He's a real good back, and he's got both physicality, speed, experience. He's a senior. He's probably one of the leaders on the team. He definitely has all the yardage for the team this year, and he knows what to do when the ball's in his hands, and he almost moved the chains that time by himself.
Under 5 to work. Nickerson from their own 35, third down, 2 yards to go. Schrog. And there's a late handoff underneath and a short yardage play, but it is enough for first and 10 by Coons. Tigers did a good job. Holden Heigl diving inside for that in position. Garrett Craig in the middle. Gavin Siebel. We see all those numbers and names time and time again, but it was a good carry by Coons.
It's always so impressive when you stop a back for 2 yards, and you have that type of hit on a guy and you drop him, but that's all they needed for the first down on that particular play, but it was a great stop by the Tigers.
First down 10. Nickerson with 4:32 to work, leading 13-6 from their own 38-yard line. Tigers' big answer, down 13-0 on the drive downfield. Peyton Lane capped it off. Now it is a handoff left side. Oh, great tackle by Wyatt Alexander. Holden Heigl, the animal in match point. The ball hawk capping it off. It'll be a short yardage gain, second down long.
All those guys were in there.
Yeah.
And you had all the nicknames and their real names, but I'm telling you what, the right side of the Tiger D just stopped them cold.
Second down 9. Nickerson from their own 34-yard line. Schrag goes in under center. Typical formation. More tight than the Tigers, about the only difference between how they look when they line it up. Here's a handoff right side. That tackle's going to be made by the Beast, Gavin Ware. And another short yardage play. This is the first time the Tigers have had a real third down, 5 or 6 yards to go, and on Nickerson's end of the field.
Absolutely, and that's a big deal. The Tigers need to just the last 4 plays, they have come out and made some impressive hits on defense. And that's what they need to just get that ball back on the right end of the field, and they're trying to do that.
Third down 5, 3:16 to work. Nickerson from their own 42. Schrag goes in under center. In motion, Isley, pitch right to Coons. Gets off a blocker, and he is going to be tackled. Oh, good spot for Nickerson. It appears to be enough for the first. No, I'm not sure now. Initially, I thought they had him marked for 1st and 10. This may be close enough to measure.
Well, first of all, I don't agree with the spot because
I
I saw where his knee went down, but I think he might be a hair short. They might call in the chains. I don't know. If it's 4th and short, it's 4th and inches.
Yeah, 4th and inches. I believe Nickerson's going for it regardless, even though it's at their own 48-yard line. 2:44 to work. Nickerson leads 13-6. Nearing halftime, Panthers lead it by 7. Faced with 4th down, less than a yard. Schrag under center. And they will run it. Handoff right side. Schrag's going to keep it. And now breaks free. He is going to be brought down at the Tiger 40-yard line. So 1st and 10. They do move the chains. 2:26 to work in the half. Nickerson leads it over the Tigers. 13-6. They have it now 1st and 10 at the Tiger 40.
Excellent play call by Nickerson that time. I think all of us thought that it was close. We might have had him stopped. I mean, very deceptive call there with Schrag hanging onto the ball and picking up the big game.
1st down 10 for Nickerson. They lead it by a touchdown. Nearing halftime, 2:15 to work. They're at the Tiger 40. 1st and 10. Schrag. Pitch right for Coons. Anthony Atkinson, he couldn't make the tackle. Now Coons into the open field. He may be gone to the 10 to the 5 near the goal line, and he is in for a touchdown. Tigers had him near the edge. There is a penalty flag back near where the tackle was almost made. This could be holding, and they bring it back. It is against Nickerson. Big break for the Tigers.
Sometimes there's a reason, that they make that corner, and that guy can't quite make that tackle is because somebody's holding on him, and that's exactly what happened there. That's a big penalty, helping the Tigers, obviously, but it's costing Nickerson 6 points, and it's going to bring the ball back from the 40-yard line, and then they're going to mark it off.
I don't know if it's from the 40 or if it's from the spot, which was about the first down mark.
They already marked it off. Yeah. Okay.
The holding was down the field about 8 or 9, 10 yards. So this is right back to the line of scrimmage. 1st down, almost 1st and 11.
Right.
2:03 to work here in the half, but it does take points off the board for the Panthers. So 1st and 11, Panthers at the Tiger 41-yard line.
Well, we got a gift there in a way. We need to not let that happen again.
Schrag under center. Coons behind him. In motion goes Isley. A handoff underneath Coons, and he is sandwiched by Gavin Ware, Gavin Siebold. One more Tiger in there, Logan McDonald. Big-time stop on 1st down. It's 2nd and long.
Tell you what, this is the kind of game that Gavin Ware really gets into. He gets to playing with guys on that. He's on that defensive line, and he's playing with guys that look like they're twice his size on the other side. And he gets through there. He makes tackles, and he just wreaks havoc in there.
You know what the Beast does?
What's he do?
He goes into beast mode.
There you go.
2nd down 9. In motion, Isley again. This time they fake the pitch. Back to pass. First time, Schrag. Now he's going to tuck it. Starts to run it. Now he will head to the outside sideline. Now he breaks down to the 25-20. Takes it inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. The big guy can move it. 1:14 to work. He dropped a pass. He doesn't like to pass it. No. He's thrown a bunch of interception. Only thrown for 140 yards on the whole season. He dropped a pass. You could see him wanting to run it immediately, and then he got going. Then he got going further. Now 1st and 10.
And the other thing is he's not going to normally throw it rolling to his left.
Right.
So, every time he faked that, we just knew he was going to keep running.
Schrag under center, 1st and 10. Nickerson threatening here before half. Here's Coons right side. Good block. Now he breaks downfield inside the 10 near the goal line. Touchdown Nickerson. So they do punch it in with 1:02 to work, and they will go up by 2 scores once again. He got a huge block on the outside. I don't know who that was, but he took our outside linebacker completely out of the play.
And Kuhn doesn't always need that big a hole, but he had a very large hole to find his way to the end zone on that play.
1:02 to work. Extra point try coming now for the Nickerson Panthers with the Tigers down 19-6. The extra point on its way. It is up, and it is good. 20-6, 1:02 to work first half. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Hey, Marty at Bud's Tire Service here. Let's talk about that last word, service. We aren't just a tire shop. We can help with all your mechanical needs, like new motor and or transmission installs, brakes, alternators, water pumps, struts, shocks, you name it. We can also help trick your truck or car out with new grill guards, custom wheels, lifts, and a new set of tires. We can even help you out when it's time to grill that steak with a new Green Mountain pellet grill. Call 632-2135 or stop by 410 Court Street and let us help you with any of your needs. Good luck to all the Tiger athletes.
As a third-generation seed company, Oldie Seed has pioneered the development of soil-specific hybrids that thrive in your soils. Our Know to Grow research program is the largest in the Midwest and utilizes advanced technologies including Enlist, Extend, and Liberty Link soybeans. Oldie's research program delivers top yields while helping you win the war on resistant weeds. This season, don't settle for anything less than a soil-specific seed from Oldie Seed.
20-6, it is Nickerson now with the lead by 2 scores once again. The Tigers had some opportunities to stop. The Panther offense really, really good.
Well, they are, and the Tiger team found a little momentum earlier, and then they carried that over to the defensive side of the ball for a while.
Here's another squib kick to the sideline. This is going to check out of bounds. Wow. Nickerson nearly getting in position to maybe cover that up, but it did go out of bounds. The Tigers can take over at their own 37-yard line. 1:02 left to go in the first half, trailing now 20-6. Interesting to see play calling here for the Tigers.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go back to these kickoffs. Nickerson has not kicked the ball. They've kicked off 4 times, and all 4 times they have purposely kicked it to the sidelines. And all 4 times they've purposely kicked it to their own side,
right,
where their coaches are shouting what's going on.
1st and 10, Tigers do have it. Down by 14, nearing halftime, 1:02 to work. From their own 37-yard line. Wyatt Alexander splits right side. Connor Lass slotted left. Atkinson inking off to the left side wide. Peyton Lane back to pass, rolling left side. Fires downfield, has a receiver. That pass is going to be caught at the 35-yard line and knocked out of bounds. Guess who? Anthony Atkinson inking, and now the Tigers can really think about trying to get a score. That's to the 35-yard line. Connor Last?
Yeah, that was
Connor Last. Pardon me. Connor Last the catch for the Tigers.
Connor caught that ball in stride over there. It was a great throw. Peyton's rolling to his left with that. He had a little heat on it.
First down, 10 Tigers now to the Nickerson 35-yard line. 55 to work in the first half. Tigers down by 14, but now a chance to maybe threaten. 2 receivers right. That's Last and Ant. Off to the left side is Wyatt Alexander. Lane again to pass, rolling right. Now sets, fires downfield, and just overthrows his intended receiver this time. Connor Last once again. I like the Tigers' game plan. I called Ant with the catch. It looked like Ant on that far side, but almost using number 16 as a decoy the last 2 times. Once it worked great. This time they just missed on the hookup on the right side.
Well, there's always a lot of scouting going on, especially for a game like this. They've obviously scouted Caleb Mendham a lot.
Right.
And, you know, we're figuring that they have been watching an awful lot of number 16. We have another guy that can catch the ball really well, too. So last 2 plays, we've thrown the ball his way.
Second down 10 at the Nickerson 35-yard line. Ant off to the left side. In motion, Mendham. They hand it off underneath to Levi Fitzemeyer. There's nothing there. Fitzemeyer never went down, but he loses 2 or 3 yards on the play, and it brings up third down with 39 to work in the first half. Tigers trailing here 20-6. Third down, they called a loss of 1. Third down, 11. And a timeout on the field. We'll break as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on 100.9.
Great taste, fresh ingredients, lots of menu choices, all made to order with fast and friendly service. It all adds up to Subway, the one place where you can build your own meal exactly the way you like it. Subway in Clay Center is proud to sponsor CCCHS athletes, and whether you're heading to the game or getting ready to hit the road for home, the crew at Subway looks forward to seeing and serving you. Tiger fans and Subway, a winning combination. When physical disabilities or injuries make everyday mobility a challenge or even dangerous, Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy is there with durable medical supplies to get you where you need to go safely. They'll help you with canes, walkers, crutches, braces, and wheelchairs. They'll even fit diabetics with shoes made especially for their comfort needs. So for safety and mobility, it's good to know where to find the durable medical supplies that can give you the freedom to remain as active as possible. They're at Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy in downtown Clay Center.
3rd down 11, Tigers with the football. Peyton Lane fires right side, has a receiver. The end man makes the catch while sliding down to the ground. It brings up a 3rd down situation. Clock continues to tick with 20 seconds to work. Actually, 4th down and 4. Tigers quickly to the line of scrimmage. 14 to work first half. Tigers trail here 20-6. Peyton Lane. He'll roll out left. Wanting to pass it. Fires downfield looking for Connor Last, and he just overthrows it. With 4 seconds remaining, now they give the football back to Nickerson. The Tigers again down here, 20-6.
How he was able to throw that
No
ball
kidding.
40-some yards downfield, but it was also diagonally towards the corner of the field, so it was in the air much further than that, rolling to his left, and a guy about to just hit him with all he had, and he was off balance at that, and he really threw that ball.
Nickerson appears to line up to take a knee with a 14-point lead. 4 seconds to go from their own 25, and they will. 1st and 10 for the Nickerson Panthers. They'll take a knee. We're headed to halftime. Tigers trail here 20-6. Good one in playoff football Friday action from Nickerson. Tiger football continues after these.
Intensive sampling, Ferris soil mapping, and variable rate application of fertilizers can improve the efficiency of nutrient management. CS Precision Ag can assess nutrient availability of different areas within a field and recommend the right product to improve your bottom line. New customers for the fall are currently being accepted at CS Precision Ag. They serve producers throughout north central Kansas and south central Nebraska. Contact Clayton Bott or visit them online at csprecisionag.com.
With United Bank and Trust online banking, you have access to your hometown bank 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year at ubankonline.com. You can view account balances, access statements, and transfer money between your UBT accounts. You can also view account activity, pay bills, and even make loan payments without being limited by banking hours. Simply visit ubankonline.com to learn more. Online banking with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's a tech tip from Blue Valley Telecommunications. Do you know what bandwidth is, or megabytes? Bandwidth is the amount of information your internet connection can move. It's described in megabytes or megs. How much bandwidth you need depends upon how many devices you have and what you're going to use your internet for. Your bandwidth speed is split when it enters into your house. If you have only a 5 meg connection with 5 users, each user could end up getting only 1 meg, which can cause things to load really slowly. If you have questions about your speed, give us a call, 877-876-1228.
Are you looking for great pay, consistent work, steady miles, quality time with your family? Then look no further. These are just a few reasons to contact TSI Kansas Incorporated. Add paid health and dental insurance, 401k, vacation and paid holidays, and you can have a great career with TSI Kansas. If you're a qualified truck driver with a Class A CDL and a minimum of 2 years over-the-road experience, we encourage you to apply at TSI Kansas Incorporated. Full and part-time over-the-road positions are available.
Once again, we bring you back to Nickerson. The Tigers down 20-6 here at halftime. It's been a frustrating start for the Tigers. They couldn't stop. They couldn't move. They go down by 2 scores, and then all of a sudden they get the big score of the drive, the 4th down conversion. Peyton Lane punches it in. You're down by 7, and you've got an opportunity. And the Tiger defense kind of felt like you had something going but couldn't quite make a stop.
Yeah, we were showing something on defense after our score.
Right.
Absolutely. And all of a sudden, we give up a couple of big plays. You know, there were some really good play calls by Nickerson in there, but some really good blocks by Nickerson in there. And they have a good running back that only needed half as good a block,
Right.
you know, to have. I mean, he had great blocks on those plays. And then all of a sudden, we turned back to, and I'm going to say it, softer tackling.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden we didn't have our momentum.
Kind of in position, but don't finish.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, we have seen every emotion for the Tigers. We have seen them ebb high and low in this first half of play. Pretty quick first half, you know, because nobody's throwing the ball except us here at the end. But Nickerson is a team that could be vulnerable. You got to get momentum on them, though. Right. You can't let them have momentum.
The good news, if you're looking for a Tiger win tonight and then to come back home and host next weekend, which the Tigers would if they win this game tonight, the good news is you're down 14 and you haven't, I don't think, played your best football at all tonight.
I think that's an excellent point. We've not gone out and just looked horrible. I'm not saying that at all. When you're in the playoffs, you have to play your best. Lose or go home, right? And so you gotta go out and play your best, and we aren't quite playing our best. And so that's what I want to see in the second half, because if our team plays our best, we can play pretty good against this team. This team
could be a really good second half. We'll see. Tigers have a long way to go, down by 14, obviously. Got a couple of scores I'll pass along to you, and when we come back, Tiger halftime will continue after this.
I'm Aaron Proctor, Director of Physical Therapy at Clay County Medical Center. When you visit us, we'll take the time to do a complete evaluation and develop a customized treatment plan designed to improve your function so you can live the way you want to. We're fully equipped and continually advancing the skills of our staff to help you reach your goals. Please call our office at 785-630-2455 to find out what we can do for you.
Holiday celebrations are always fun, and they're even better when you have help with the extra touches. Ray's Apple Market makes it easy on you by offering delicious deli trays with your choice of meats, cheeses and crackers, or vegetables and fruit. Sweeten up the get-together with a brownie and cookie tray, and add a touch of homemade goodness with breads and rolls from the bakery. They also have Rock House salads to complement your main course. Find everything you need for your Thanksgiving meal at Ray's Apple Market.
Crop Production Service is constantly looking for ways to help your bottom line grow. And with the Loveland products available, you'll get the results you want. From seed treatment and plant nutrition to fertilizer and crop protection, Crop Production Service offers top-of-the-line solutions to grow your crops, your bottom line, and your operation. Connect with your local CPS expert and experience the innovative products from Loveland. Crop Production Service, here to help you grow.
Ho, ho, ho! It's Jolly St. Todd from Wall's True Value. Hey, we've got to make room for Christmas decorations and merchandise because, well, Coralie and Terry say so. So we need to sell a bunch of appliances. Get washers with agitators starting at $265, matching dryers at $250, smooth top electric ranges starting at $300. Hey, if you have rentals or you want high-end appliances, we have a huge selection to pick from at Wall's True Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center, open 7 days a week for you.
Back once again at Tiger halftime. Clay Center down 20-6 here at the halftime break, and still in this thing, obviously, but got to make some adjustments and maybe just finish some things more than anything else in this first half.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're not out of this game by any means. We're down 2 scores, but there's a lot of football game left to play here. I think the point we were trying to make was we could easily be in a lot different position in this game, and we have just that as much time to do that. You know, we just need to come out. We need to come out and play like the team that got us to the playoffs.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. A couple of scores I'll pass along to you. Scott City, by the way, if the Tigers would win tonight, they would play the winner of the Scott City and Kingman matchup. Kingman leading near halftime 14-7, about a minute left to go. So that's at Scott City tonight. It was district champion. So interesting score there. Also, Clifton Clyde, an 8-man Division I football. The last score I had 20-6, Osborne leading. They met up with them last year in the first round of the playoffs and lost a 64-14 ball game. So a team they know well, two one-loss teams. Clifton Clyde had last week off. They didn't play the final week of the season. No scheduled games, so some time to kind of heal and prep. So hopefully they can get something done there in 8-man Division 1. Axtell trailing Pike Valley. The last score that I saw, they were down by 2 scores, and it is Hanover hosting Rock Hills. I don't have a score on that one as of yet, but obviously Hanover's. Get this, Jed. You want to talk about a football program?
Yeah, I know where you're going. I want to hear this.
Defending state champions in 8-man Division 2. We know that. Right. Number 1 ranked coming in, undefeated on the season. They're looking for their 22nd straight win overall. They have won every game this year by 40 or more points.
Have they played a second half?
They have played a third quarter.
Okay.
They have won by 40 or more in their last 12 ball games. Remember, that dates back to last year's state playoffs, including a state championship matchup.
Isn't that something?
Crazy.
I mean, a state championship is even in that stat, you know, with that point of victory margin.
It is crazy what they've been able to do. The numbers that they've thrown up this year included, again, looking for the 22nd straight win. Kevin Dietrich, 654 yards rushing, 16 touchdowns. Dakin Stahlbaumer, thrown for 410 yards, 7 scores. Oh, he's also rushed for 10 touchdowns and 338 yards. And then you throw in Carter Bruna, 395 yards on the ground, 11 touchdowns. And I'll go back to, Will Bruna last year set all kinds of 8-man state playoff or state regular season numbers with yardage and touchdowns and quarterback. He didn't get to play hardly any second halves of a football game.
Right.
And he set all those records.
Well, and this team this year, that's what I was going to say on these guys. I mean, they don't have that many yards just because they score every time they touch the ball, So if they quit playing defense, then they could rack up a lot more yards.
And I'll throw another one in for you. Last week, Axtell, I had a chance to follow the cross-country state championships at Wamego. We had Frankfurt bringing home state medals, and Axtell and Washington County, Valley Heights, Riley County. But Quinn Busing took yards and 26 touchdowns against 7 interceptions. Oh, an 11th place medal at cross country last Saturday.
Right.
Isn't it crazy?
That is crazy, and it's not like you get to run 3 miles in a football play.
Whole different type of athleticism.
Right.
Yeah. It's nuts to me to see how those guys. But those schools do some amazing things with the numbers they have to be able to do what they can accomplish.
That's fantastic. And so we don't have anything on Hanover yet tonight.
I don't have a score yet. I'll continue to look for that, and I'm sure I'll get some updates. I do know Wamego trailing Andale 29-0. That was almost at halftime. That's a tough task. But what a win last week for Wamego against Hayes to knock them off to get to the playoffs.
Absolutely. Wamego's been bringing her back up, and they've been having a lot of fun over there.
Right. 20-6 here. Tigers trying to have some fun in the second half, and they've got some opportunities. Let's see if they can cash it in. Down by 14. We're still at the halftime break. Stay with us. Tiger football will continue in a moment.
Don't have time to stop by a bank to open an account? No problem. With United Bank and Trust, we make it easy by bringing our bank to you. Whether you're at home, at work, or anywhere you have access to a computer, simply go to ubankonline.com and click on the Open an Account icon. Save time by opening an account online with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC.
It's the season of Thanksgiving, and at Twin Valley, we're thankful to have customers like you.
We're thankful for your years of loyalty to Twin Valley. We're thankful for the opportunity to serve you.
We are thankful for our ability to enhance your communications.
We are thankful for the joy of living and working in this community.
We're thankful for your continued trust as we move forward.
Thank you, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving from your friends at Twin Valley.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hasselmack, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, we've got you covered.
When you grow corn or soybeans for a living, you're always looking for the latest advances to help your fields be more profitable. That's why it's time to turn to Channel. When you plant Elite Channel seed products, you also get the services of your very own Channel seedsman. You see, your seedman works with you year-round to make the most of your operation.
For customized service, expert advice, and elite seed products, contact Colton with Frontier Ag Supply, 785-630-0596.
Along with studio engineer Bernie Pancella, Rocky Downing, along with Chet Carlson on a football Friday night. No Z tonight. He's out on a hunting trip, and although he'd love to be here, I think he's having a pretty good time, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we miss him here. He has great stats for us this year, and this is one of those games that he would come up with some obscure stuff that would be just stellar, and this is one of those games where it'd be interesting to see what some of those stats are. Now, with that said, I like to hunt too. So
you understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, right? God bless him.
This weekend on KCLY tomorrow morning, the Wildcat Saturday breakfast. K-State on the road against Lubbock, Texas Tech. Well, as they travel down south. Opportunity on the road. This is a Texas Tech team that obviously it's tough in the Big 12 at any time, but you went on the road last week in Lawrence, almost knocked off Oklahoma the week prior. You could back it up with another win tomorrow in Lubbock, and all of a sudden your bowl chances become real. They got some work to do.
Yeah, they have some work to do. Of course, the seniors and the leaders, they don't want, they've got 20 bowl banners up in that indoor practice facility. They don't want the missing year to be on their watch, right? So they got that going on. But with that said, Lubbock is a tough place to play. Texas Tech, as everybody knows, is not afraid to throw the ball.
Not at all.
K-State's Achilles heel this year has maybe been in their defensive secondary a little bit. So everybody knows that, so they just got to line up and play it. And I trust our coach's game plan, whatever it may be.
Right. Hopefully DJ Reed has one of those days. Oh, man, that would be big for the Wildcats. That game at 11 o'clock tomorrow, kickoff, 9 a.m. is pregame. By the way, we mentioned K-State beating KU last week in Lawrence tomorrow. Somebody's going to win a Big 12 conference game. Baylor at KU tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Yeah, I doubt that they'll let them finish with a 0-0 tie, even if neither can score in overtime, but as all that comes together, somebody's going to get a win there. There's a lot of parity in the Big 12.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about parity there. There's a little bit of parity there, but you go beyond those two teams, there's a lot of parity.
Anybody can beat anybody, and it's been seen. Iowa State obviously stepped up and made some big plays. They have a big matchup tomorrow as they travel to Morgantown to face West Virginia, and the Mountaineers are no slouch. They've lost a couple of really tough Big 12 games. You have TCU hosting Texas, coming off the Horned Frogs lost to Iowa State last week. And then you have Oklahoma at Oklahoma State in the Bedlam battle tomorrow afternoon. There are 4 teams at 4-1 atop the Big 12 standing.
Oh, I know. Now, I got to speak in West Virginia in 3 or 4 days, and it wouldn't hurt my feeling if they were in a bad mood when I got there after Iowa State comes down.
Exciting for the Cyclones. It was tough for the Big 12 to take that loss as a Big 12 conference, but I was excited to see Iowa State get that done and make that happen.
Well, they've had some things going on there for a couple of years, and they're starting to get some of the payoff.
Right. And then Sunday here on KCLY, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs back at it. They travel to Dallas, take on the Cowboys, 3:25 kickoff, 2 o'clock pregame, coming off a win after 2 straight losses. They beat Denver. Well, Denver's just not very good right now. The Chiefs are 6-2.
Yep.
And it'll be a fun game on Sunday.
Well, I tell you what, going down to Jerryville, and that's going to be an exciting football game, I think. Dallas has a good team, and, they're always good there. But And I like Prescott. He's hard not to. Yeah, it's hard to not like him. But I have a lot of confidence in the Chiefs in Texas this weekend.
I do too. I have a good feeling about that one. Tomorrow, I have a good feeling about going to Texas, I guess. For some reason, I think K-State performs well tomorrow. They had kind of a let-off from Oklahoma, nearly winning. And you go to Lawrence, you expect to win. Didn't play maybe as good, although I'll tell you, KU is much more competitive than they have been. So
I saw a lot of good things come out of that from that KU team last weekend. But
agreed.
Yeah, with K-State headed to Lubbock, I'm already anxious about that one.
9 a.m. is pregame here tomorrow morning. Stay with us. We have second half action here. Tigers trying to get back home next week for a playoff game and looking for their first playoff win since 1994 for the Tigers. It would happen tonight. They've got to come back to do it. Down 20-6, second half about to roll after this.
Hey, Marty at Bud's Tire Service here. Let's talk about that last word, service. We aren't just a tire shop. We can help with all your mechanical needs, like new motor and or transmission installs, brakes, alternators, water pumps, struts, shocks, you name it. We can also help trick your truck or car out with new grill guards, custom wheels, lifts, and a new set of tires. We can even help you out when it's time to grill that steak with a new Green Mountain pellet grill. Call 632-2135 or stop by 410 Court Street and let us help you with any of your needs. Good luck to all the Tiger athletes.
Back again for second half action. Clay Center Tigers on the road here against Nickerson. Have not had any updates on the scoring around the KCLY community. When we have those, we'll pass it along. Okay, Chet, let's look at the second half. Tigers will kick the ball off.
Yep.
The defense has been close to making some plays.
Yeah.
This is the time you've got to make something happen. And we'll see if the Tigers can do that.
The defense has shown a lot 85% of the time, but if you don't do it 99% of the time, you can break down every once in a while, but not much on defense, especially against a team like Nickerson. And when they're handing the ball off to Kuhn almost every time, and with the talent that he has, or Kuhn's, and with that said, I mean, you need to be a little bit better than that. And in the first two drives that Nickerson had, we only had one breakdown in each drive,
right? But that's the scoring, so we'll see. Kickoff, a short one, angled left sideline. This is going to go out of bounds off the foot of Levi Fitzenmeyer, so it'll be Nickerson starting from their own 35-yard line. Tiger defense on the field. Nickerson up 20-6 right now. Tigers trail 13-0, cut it 13-6, and then late first half score by the Panthers put them back up by 2 scores.
I tell you what, the battle at the line of scrimmage, now it's going to get real, for the rest of this game, and that's going to be the difference in the rest of this game. Tigers have been in an obvious size disadvantage the entire game at the line of scrimmage. Nickerson's got some big old boys up there, and some of them are only playing offensive line or defensive line, so they're a little bit fresh.
Yeah, they don't play both ways as the Tigers do almost in every position. Holden Heigl, Gavin Ware, Garrett Craig, Logan McDonald across the front line for the Tigers. Schrog under center. He will hand it off, counterplay from right to left, and he's going to be stood up and driven backwards. Holden Heigl, Caleb Mendham. Match point made the first contact. It may be a gain of 3, but I love the way the Tigers came out and put their noses down and went after it.
And they stuck with it. Holden Heigl, what a great stop. And he just kept driving him backwards until the ref blew the whistle, then he just let him go.
Second down 7. It is a gain of 3. Just underway in the second half. Tigers down 20-6. Splitting right side for the Panthers will be Pearson Schrog. Tanner Schrog, the quarterback. Second down 7. Football at the own 39-yard line for the Nickerson Panthers. Schrog under center. He will turn right, handoff right to Coons. He's met at the backfield. It dropped for a loss. Big-time play outside that time. Gets you a number of who comes off the pile. That is Holden Heigl again for the second play in a row. The Tigers make a stop. It's third down and long. Third down 7. Coons, who has been nearly unstoppable when he gets it going, not just in this game, by the way, but year-long. Almost 1,400 yards before this game ever kicked off.
Holden Heigl, 2 great stops. I think Fitzmeyer was in on that. Peyton Lane a little bit at the end. Who knows who else? But Holden Heigl both plays with a quick hit.
Chance for the Tiger defense, third down 7. Schrog with Isley in motion. He will work it right side, keeping it to himself. He stood up and buried by Gavin Ware in beast mode. It's 4th down and 5.
Yeah.
Big-time play, Tiger defense.
No, I knew Gavin Ware was in there somewhere, and he probably was in the last play as well. This is the first time we've seen Nickerson punt the ball in this game.
And that means Caleb Minden maybe have a chance. You know, the kickoffs have been angled right out of bounds. Let's see if they give the Tigers any kind of chance even here.
I don't know if they will. It'll be interesting to see. Here we go.
4th down 5. The punter stands at Salazar back at his own 27-yard line. The snap, a good one. The Tigers try to come at it. Won't get there. Poor kick. It's short. Bounces at the 40 of the Tigers and then out of bounds at around the 35. Let's see where they mark this down. Actually, it's going to be out further than I thought it was. This one's way out of bounds. Tigers take over at their own 45-yard line. What a start for the Tigers here in the second half.
They just don't want to kick them in them. I mean, obviously, because they are not. I mean, it's like they're lining up sideways and just kicking it towards out of bounds. Where that ball went out of bounds was about 9 yards beyond what they needed to get for the first down.
Agreed, yeah. And it's obviously a plan to not give number 20 a chance to burn them. 1st and 10, Tigers down 20-6. Now they take over at their own 45-yard line. Huge stop defensively. Let's see if the Tiger offense can answer here to start this third quarter. 9:46 remains. Tigers' first possession, second half. In motion, Seabold. Handoff underneath. No lane, keeps it himself. Bounces outside into the sideline. Near the first down marker, he's taken down. It appears to be 1st and 10 Tigers. We'll see where the mark comes down. Maybe second down short.
I think it's going to be second and short, but what a great fake. Actually, he just pulled the ball back out of the belly, I think, on that play. But as he made that read, and then he bounced it to the left, he found a little field, picked up a good 9 yards on first down.
9:39 to work, third quarter. Tigers down by 14, but moving after a defensive stop. 3 and out against Nickerson to begin the second half. Second down, less than a yard for the Tigers. Atkinson inking off to the right side. He will split out wide right. Seabold and Mendham, the wingbacks. Spitzenmeyer behind Peyton Lane. Handoff underneath. No, Lane's going to keep it again. He'll squirt forward. First down and 10 Tigers. They'll have it at the Nickerson 44-yard line.
Peyton had plenty enough for the first down there. He was wanting more, and as he was trying to shoot through there, he had a little crease. He picked up maybe 3 yards, moving the chains for the Tigers.
Do have one more score for you. Manhattan over Derby in 6A playoff action, 14-7. So the Indians, that is a halftime score. Yes, at half. First down and 10 here, Tigers. Second half action, down by 14, but moving. Mendham in motion. Handoff underneath. It's Levi Fitzenmeyer diving over a tackler, picks up 3, maybe 4 yards on the first down carry by the Big Bull.
Biggest problem with the run that time for Levi Fitzenmeyer is there were so many bodies on the field, there was nowhere for him to step. You know, there was nowhere for him to step, and he got kind of pushed over the pile that way.
That's a great point. He had some, I think he saw an avenue to go through, but he couldn't get through all the bodies below him. He gained 3 yards by falling forward, second down 7. Hands off to the right side. Alexander tight left. Tigers trailing by 14, but trying to make a push here in the third. Pitch out late, right side, Gavin Seabold. He's got some room. Downfield to the 30-yard line of Nickerson. Goes the ball hawk. First and 10 Tigers.
Tell you what, there was a fantastic block on that play from number 16, Anthony Atkinson Inniking. And he was driving that corner guy. That he was a defensive end or whatever, but he was driving him off the play, and Seabold cut right around that block.
Good read by the ball hawk. Great block by the end, man. How good for Gavin Seabold to get to yardage downfield. He's always the guy laying those blocks.
I know.
It'll be first and 10 Tigers, 8:20 to work, third quarter. Football at the Nickerson 32-yard line.
We're going to have to watch the play clock here.
And splits wide right, short side of the field. Peyton Lane under center. Rolling left. Wanting to pitch it. Cannot. Now he tucks it. He's going to be tackled in the backfield. A loss of 2, maybe 3 yards. It'll be second down and long.
He did the smart thing by, he almost pitched the ball in a really bad spot there.
Right.
And you could tell he wanted to. He even exposed the ball a little bit. He decided, no, we got to pull this back in and just cut our losses. And that's exactly what he did. It's second and about 12, but it could have been a lot worse.
Football is at the 34-yard line of the Panthers. Tigers trailing 20-6, but with the football, second down 12, inside Panther territory. Lane under center. Alexander tight left in the standing 2-point position. Connor Last wide right side. Pitch late goes to Gavin Siebold. He's hitting the backfield, then falls forward, maybe getting a yard out of the play. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Well, I tell you what, Peyton Lane is making these pitches when he is getting pummeled. I mean, it cannot be any more last second than that, and he doesn't even have much time before that. They're really getting a lot of penetration in on a lot of pressure on Peyton Lane.
Under 7 to work, 3rd quarter. Quick 3rd period. It's been a quick ball game. Both teams keeping it on the ground. The Tigers trailing here 20-6. Big stop to begin the 3rd quarter. Now they're at 3rd down and long, 3rd and 10 at the Panther 33-yard line. Handoff underneath. Levi Fitzenmeyer diving forward near the 26-yard line. It will bring up a 4th down situation. In my opinion, it's an obvious 4-down situation. The Tigers will go for it here.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be punting here. Levi Fitzmeyer made a great effort trying to get more on that. He had a decent run. He picked up about 5 yards on the play, but we just had so far we needed to go.
4th down 6. Peyton Lane barking out the play to his team. Connor Last is wide left. Off to the right side, Atkinson Inicky. Lane under center, 4th and 6 to go. He's going to roll right, wants to pass it. Now rolls further. Fires right on the sideline. Pass is going to be caught. Is it enough? The route by the Ant-Man, the mark appears to be 1st and 10. They will move the chains. What a play. Big play Lane to the Ant-Man. Atkinson indicating 1st and 10.
He threw that like a Brett Favre pass. I mean, that was rifled into his gut. Now, Anthony went far enough for the 1st down. You got to run the right route. You got to know where the 1st down is. He didn't make it by more than half a yard, but he made it.
1st and 10 Tigers on the 4th and 6 conversion, and that's where I was going, Chet. The perfect route. I mean, you can run it, make the catch, and be a yard short. It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Instead, it's rifled into 2 or 3 defenders around Ant. He makes the catch. 1st and 10 Tigers, now at the Panther 20-yard line. Here's Lane, pitch out left. Mendham trying to get the corner outside. He's got a blocker in front. Gavin Siebold cuts against the grain. Near 1st down yardage goes tough as leather. Mendham. They haven't had a chance to use him much tonight yet. But what a great play call here after the 1st down, 4th and 6 conversion. Now near a 1st and 10, near the 10-yard line.
Well, it has appeared that Nickerson has made it a priority tonight to try to capitalize on Mendham, not make him a difference maker for us in the game. And they've taken him out of the game in several aspects. That time they couldn't get it done. We had our blockers out there. He got the pitch in stride. He made the corner, and it was a great run, getting over there to the sidelines, moving the chain.
It was a 1st down carry. Now 1st and goal at the Nickerson 10-yard line. Lane, right side, pitch late to Gavin Siebold. He will get outside of the 5, near the goal line. Gavin Siebold, touchdown Tigers! Touchdown, Clay-Center Tigers. The ball hawk takes it in and will cut this lead to 1. Did they get him in? No, there's a flag in the backfield. I heard the Nickerson fans cheer, and then I saw the flag laying in the backfield. Let's see what the call is. A hold against the Tigers.
Yeah, the official over here did signal touchdown, but you're right.
So instead of a 1-score game, the Tigers will be backed up. A hold which near the line of scrimmage, which will back him up 10 yards from that spot situation. So 1st and goal now outside the 20.
What a great run by Siebold. He was scrapping. He was breaking tackles. He was dragging people with him, and he was just going to get himself in that end zone, and he did.
Instead, the holding call brings them back. 5:47 to work, 3rd quarter. 1st down and goal. It's at the Nickerson 21-yard line. Lane under center. Hand off underneath, though he keeps it. Tries to spin off a tackle. Short yardage gain. Still trying to push forward. The whistle finally blows after he gains maybe 2 or 3.
Boy, that's a tough situation, isn't it? For us to get it, we had almost the worst and goal situation possible by being at the 10, and then we still make the touchdown. But now with the hold and where it was, we were looking at 1st and 21, 1st and goal from the 21.
Connor Last slotted right. Ant wide to that right side. Wyatt Alexander wide left. The Tigers trying to spread the field. 2nd down and goal at the 20. Peyton Lane back to pass, rolling right, pressure coming. Fires with a defender right in his face, and it's picked off at the goal line. The return up the left side by Salazar. He'll be tackled by Levi Fitzenmeyer. Very tough pass to make for Peyton Lane. He had pressure coming, threw it near the goal line, and Salazar makes the pick.
Boy, did he have pressure on him, and he got hit hard after he threw that ball. He knew he was going to, and he was kind of in a bad position. He wasn't able to get quite enough on the ball to get it back there, and Salazar came underneath the route, able to make the pick.
So Nickerson takes over, first down and 10 with 5 to work in the third quarter. They still lead it 20-6. Tigers pushing it downfield, scored the touchdown, had a holding call at the 10-yard line, bring back the Gavin Siebold touchdown run.
Boy, what a swing on everything there. But now the Tigers, we came out after half, and we made a stop on defense, made them punt for the first time. So Tigers just need to come back on that D right now.
Have not had a turnover until that possession. Let's see if the Tigers can maybe get one back. Here's a handoff underneath, and Coons is going to take it out near the 20-yard line. Tackle is going to be made by Caleb Mindham and also Gavin Siebold on the play. It'll be second down and 4 yards, maybe 5 to go after a 5-yard first down pickup. 4:40 to work, third quarter. Tigers down 20-6.
Sometimes little momentum breakers like that, can break a back of a team. You just gotta pull yourself back up, because we were looking at being within a score, and now instead we've given the ball back.
Schrog under center. Look like they moved early. Nothing that I see. Now they go outside, and it will be a carry out near the 25-yard line. No flags on the field. I was keying on the backfield. It appeared everybody leaned early.
That looked weird. I mean, everything about that was awkward.
But it is a first down and 10 for Nickerson.
It was an awkward first and 10.
Yeah, no kidding. 4:13 to work, third quarter. First and 10, Nickerson from their own 25 now. The Tigers trailing by 14 in the second half.
Another quick quarter clicking by, 4 minutes to go.
Schrog has wing backs to both sides, almost the same formation as the Tigers, just a tighter formation than what they said earlier. Now they got a penalty flag as the left side moved early.
The Tigers' defensive line all did it was like a synchronized shift. About 4 of them jumped over one spot to the left while Schrog was calling signals, and when they all jumped to their left to move over to those gaps, the left end for Nickerson came across. He got all psyched up and, came across.
You could see him stand up and go, no, I didn't mean to do that.
I didn't mean to do that. I got caught up in the shift.
First down 15. Now Nickerson back at their own 20. Schrog under center. In motion goes Isley. Handoff underneath. Not much there. Coons the carry. They do push it forward for maybe a yard gain, but the Tigers do a pretty good job to really make a big-time collision right at the point of impact.
Tigers just need to get that ball back right here. Right. They have an opportunity. Second and 10 now.
Second down 10, no gain by Coons. Or it was a 5-yard gain, but on first and 15, second down 10 yards to go.
I have never seen a 6'5" guy able to get so low. When he's behind center, he crouches down, and his tailbone is almost on the grass.
Like Salvi Perez behind home plate when he goes underneath center. And then able to move really well from that position, which may be the most impressive part of the whole deal. Schrog again about to go under center. 2:52 to work, third quarter. Tigers down by 14. Second down 10. Here's a handoff from left to right, and it is going to be Isley taken down by Holden Heigl, Gavin Siebold. It'll be a gain of 4, it looks like. It brings up third down 6.
Well, Holden Heigl and Gavin Siebold are doing work in there. I'm going to tell you, Siebold was Ware was in on that as well.
Okay.
I'm getting my players all mixed up here. But
2 Gavins there.
Yeah, they're just all doing work. Now, the Tigers have an opportunity here. It's third and a little bit long.
Third down, 6 to go. Football is at the 30-yard line of Nickerson. Third and 6. Schrog again under center. Handoff underneath. Tigers stand it up. Push forward, though, and Coons breaks free for first and 10. They had him bottlenecked right in the middle of the line. They couldn't finish it off, and Coons moves forward across the 35 to the 38, first and 10 Nickerson.
That takes you from one emotion to another in about 1.5 seconds. There where you think you have the stop made, and then he's just able to battle through it. We don't get him on the ground. They end up moving the chains instead.
First and 10, Nickerson out to their own 38-yard line. Under 2 to work third quarter. This game flying by. Tigers trying to make a stop here. Left side Coons. And he is bumped to the outside. He gains 7 near the 45-yard line of Nickerson. Clock stops as he goes out of bounds at 1:42 to go third quarter.
Such a different game than last week. We had that district championship game last week, and, I said several times last week it was the most physical football game I think Clay Center played all year by far, right? And it was like by the end of the game, both teams were walking wounded, And this is just, it's almost awkward, tentative game. Yeah, it seems like it's an odd. You're right. Awkward is a good way to put it. Second down and 4 yards to go for Nickerson. Pitch right. Coons gets off of one tackler and is going to be taken down, but not before he takes it to the Clay Center Tiger 47-yard line. First and 10 again. Nickerson with now 1:36 to work here in this third. Did you see Wyatt Alexander get spun about 2 ways around inside there, and he got blocked, but he didn't go down, and as he spun around, he still almost made the tackle without even knowing where he was.
Still fighting for those legs. I do have a couple of scores. Hanover at halftime only leads Rock Hills 26-24.
Oh, my goodness.
Halftime score.
That's a good game.
Yeah, and then Pike Valley leads Axel 26-16. Here's a carry through the middle again for Coons. He'll take it inside the Tiger 40. It'll be a gain of 8, maybe 9 yards, and Nickerson again starting to knock on the door after the Tigers came up short on their drive. They stopped to begin this third quarter, made a great drive downfield, the Tigers. Had a touchdown run from Kevin Siebold, called back on a holding call, and then the interception really, that's a huge swing.
It can just break a back.
54 to work third quarter. Nickerson and Schrog about to go to work again. Second down, I should say, and 3 yards to go. That was a gain of 7 by Coons. Schrog under center. He will turn right, counterplay from right to left, and we've got a penalty before they get this thing going.
Now, it can go either way. I'm thinking it might be offsides on the Tigers. It is.
And it is. They'll mark 5 yards against Clay Center, and that'll make a first and 10.
Now, lots of times on an offsides on the defense, they don't stop the play. That time they were calling that he was, in the zone.
Right.
And he actually... We did have one of our linemen come across there, and it caused them to move.
First down and 10, Nickerson now at the Tiger 35. Schrog, left side, he's going to keep it himself, gets to the middle, he gets some yardage downfield, finally ridden down by Holden Heigl, but not before he takes it inside the Tiger 25-yard line, and another first and 10.
I've got to give Schrog some respect, a lot more respect than I was giving him at the beginning of the game, because he's a lot better runner than I thought he was going to be.
First and 10, Nickerson takes it inside the Tiger 25-yard line with 20 seconds left to work. And Nickerson says, we'll just let the clock wind down. They've got a 2-touchdown lead. We're headed to the fourth quarter. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Come to Robbins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Fiat for their summer clearance event going on now. Test drive a new 2017 Ram truck, the longest lasting truck in America, now priced to move with deep summer discounts and 0% for 72 months. Now is the time to buy. See the complete inventory online at robbinsmotors.com or stop by and see them on West Anderson in Manhattan. Robbins Motor Company is a proud supporter of Tiger football.
Clay Center Tiger Football on KCLY is brought to you in part by Oldie Seed Farm, Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy, and Radio Shack. Citizens National Bank of Clay Center, Greenlee, Concordia, and Belleville. By CS Precision Ag. Ray's Apple Market. Geyser Roofing and Home Improvement. Blue Valley Telecommunications. United Bank and Trust. State Farm Insurance, Dave Forker, the agent. By Clay County Medical Center. And Robbins Motors, Manhattan.
Just about to begin the fourth quarter of play. A couple of awards we'll hand out here before we get back into action. Tigers down 20-6 to Nickerson. First off, let's go to the Catalyst Signing Graphics catch of the game. We've had a couple. Anthony had a great catch again with that fourth down conversion. But in the first half, Connor Last made a great late first half catch down the sideline and really huge play for the Tigers.
It was a great catch. He was on the far sideline from us. He didn't even have to break stride. Peyton Lane put it right on the money. Connor Last pulls it in, and it was a big gainer for the Tigers.
Boomer, Connor Last, our Catalyst Signing Graphics catch of the game. Here's Nickerson, handoff, little delayed handoff to Coons. Good tackle by Peyton Lane in the open field. It'll be a gain of 2, second down 8. Tigers down 20-6, just beginning fourth quarter. Again, Nickerson driving. They have it at the Tiger 22. Second down, 8 yards to go. Hundley's Garage, big hitter of the game. I love this one. Chet came up with this. Holden Heigl, 2 plays in a row. He made stops that forced him to punt for the first time in a game.
And, that's a big deal. Their punter hadn't even been on the field, and we needed to find a stop somehow.
Here's a whistle before the play gets going on this pitch to Coons. It's going to be a procedure against Nickerson, so it brings up second down and long. Again, your Hundley's Garage, big hitter of the game. Holden, match point, Heigl, 2 plays in a row. He led the tackle. He had help, don't get me wrong, but he led that charge, and it was able to set up a punt. And the Tigers, big stop to begin the third quarter.
And that's what it was. It was to begin the third quarter. It was coming out of the locker room and trying to change a little bit of the reflection on this game.
Second down, 13 now for Nickerson. 11 to go in the game. Tigers down by 14. Panthers, right side, handoff, diving forward is going to be Coons. Short yardage play. It brings it third down. This Tiger defense trying to find a way to dig in here and give their team a chance.
Yeah, we're just trying to get the ball back. We don't want to give up another score. The ball's getting down there. It's inside the 25, or it's right on the 25-yard line right now. Tigers want to be one of those maybe right now a bend but not break defense, and now it's third and all of the chains to go.
Third down, just over 10 yards, in fact, for Nickerson. They're at the Tiger 25-yard line. 10:29 to work in the game. Tigers trailing here 20-6. Nickerson has yet to put the ball on the floor or to give it up. Be a great opportunity if they could find a way to make a mistake here. Handoff, no, it's Schrag, right side. He's hitting the backfield, brought down. Anthony Atkinson, Inniking drops him for a loss. It'll be fourth down and long.
Anthony's had a couple of those almost things, and then they kind of got away from him. He wasn't going to let him go that time. He had a hold of him. He had a hold of his jersey, the back of his jersey, and he was dragging him down and dropped him for a loss.
9:55 to work. Tigers trying to make a stop as Nickerson leads it by 14. Fourth quarter action. Football is at the Tiger 27-yard line. One receiver wide right. They have a tight formation on the right side. Fourth down, 13 to go at the Tiger 27. Isley in motion. Schrag takes the pitch, rolls right, one to pass. Now stands, fires downfield. It is going to be overthrown, and the Tigers will take over at their own 27-yard line. This Tiger defense, Chet, once again makes a play.
I agree. It was a great opportunity for the Tigers to step up here, make a stop, get the ball back. They're not out of this game. We have an entire quarter to go.
Scores, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and, we just scored a while ago, and it's not on the scoreboard. And here we go. So
Tigers first down and 10 from their own 27. They still trail by just 2 scores, 20-6. Peyton Lane goes under center. Seabold right, Mendham left. Fitzenmeyer behind him. Ant off to the right side. Lane. And he is going to hand it off underneath Levi Fitzenmeyer. Short yardage play, but he does gain 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 7. 9:20 left in this ball game. I think we could look at the Midwest product stat of the game, Chet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a good one for the Tigers, but in essence, it's helped them. They forced Nickerson to punt for the first time in the third quarter. Nickerson had not had to punt in the first period, first half of play. Tigers forced them to begin this third period.
Well, and it totally changed the complexion for us in the second half. Here we go.
Right side carry, first down carry for the Tigers on the right sideline. Peyton, big play lane, moves the chains out near the 40-yard line. Again, the Midwest product stat of the game, Nickerson was not forced to punt until the early third quarter, and it's part of that defense the Tigers have come out here in the second half of play.
I tell you what, that was 2nd and 7 for the Tigers there after Levi Fitzmeyer picked up 3 on first down. Peyton Lane comes around that right end, picks up 8 yards and moved the chains. Here we have a timeout. I'm not sure who called it.
Nickerson has taken this timeout. So, Nickerson says, wait a minute, guys, we might want to settle back in. 8:52 to work. Tigers down by 14. They have the football and moving here in Nickerson when we come back.
Take action now for a successful crop next year. At Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed, we're ready to help you plan for next season's weed control, moisture conservation, and fertilizer needs. For your plan, we'll utilize soil testing and variable seeding rates to come up with site-specific fertilizer and seed systems. Now is a good time to establish your fertilizer and chemical program for productive crops in 2015. Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed, we offer customized solutions to help your crop thrive.
Hi, this is Maribeth Connor. Holiday gift giving can cause a big strain on your wallet. The Citizens National Bank has a whole new way to jumpstart on budgeting for next Christmas or any other special occasion that is in your future. The Citizens National Bank introduces its Reloadable Card. You tell us how much you want to save, and we'll set up regular transfers from your checking account to the Reloadable Card. It's that simple. Learn more about the Reloadable Card at the Citizens National Bank, downtown Clay Center, member FDIC.
Tigers down 14, 8:52 to work. They have it 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Right side handoff, Levi Fitzenmeyer bullies his way out near the 42. Good gain on first down for the Tigers. Still time left. Obviously, there's a little bit of urgency, but you got to get that first score and then see what happens.
Well, yeah, there's a little sense of urgency, but you got to still play your game. And what a great fake by Peyton Lane on that play. And that's what bought a lot of those yards. I know Levi Fitzmeyer runs hard and he runs over people, but the great fake got that play started.
2nd down 3 after the 7-yard gain by the big bull, Levi Fitzenmeyer. Lane under center. Right side handoff again, Fitzenmeyer. And he breaks tackles down inside of Nickerson's territory. He takes it to the 44 of the Panthers. 1st and 10 Tigers, 8:10 to work, 4th quarter. Down by 14, but marching.
I tell you what, Levi Fitzmeyer had about 1.5 yards he needed for first down. He got like 12 yards on that run. He's got 20 yards, I think, in the last 2 carries.
1st down 10, football inside the 45 of Nickerson. Lane. Handoff again, Levi Fitzenmeyer, and he works behind his blockers and takes it 3 or 4 yards on a 1st down carry once again. That offensive line, the Electric Company, making things happen.
They're doing some work up there now. We hadn't been able to get Levi going much earlier in this game. Got Siebold going a little bit every once in a while. Couldn't get much going with Levi. They've been all over him. But when we can get Levi going, we can get some other things going.
2nd down 7 after a 3-yard gain. And is wide right. Mendham in motion. They'll fake it to him. Now Lane's going to keep it rolling right side. He'll take it inside the 40-yard line. It brings up 3rd down and still a couple 3 yards to go. Tigers trying to march it down the field. Now we're down to 7:20 left in this football game. Clay Center trailing here 20-6.
Peyton Lane has that uncanny ability of picking up another 1.5 yards or 2 yards more than you think he's going to get when he's being tackled.
They marked him down earlier than I thought. It's 3rd down and a long 4 or 5 yards to go. Lane again, right side. Now he's got first down yardage, a little bit more. He'll slip at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Tigers. Big play. Lane makes it happen again.
Well, he tackled himself just by slipping there because he was near the out of bounds, but he was trying to cut back. He had a little seam coming back. His feet just went totally out from underneath him then.
Lane sets back up the offense. 1st and 10. In motion, Siebold back to pass. Lane fires downfield looking for Atkinson indicating that's going to be pass interference. I called it on the defense last time and I was wrong, so I'm going to wait before I say anything on this one, but I will be shocked if this is not a Nickerson Panther defensive interference.
Well, I will too, and it's called by 2 different officials. The flags came in from the far side and from our side over here by the goal line. Both of those back officials were throwing, and they threw the flags to the same spot.
It's actually defensive holding downfield, not pass interference. Odd call that far down the field to be a holding call where the pass was going. But nonetheless, it is against Nickerson. 1st and 10 Tigers now down near the 20-yard line. 6:45 left in this game. The Tigers down by 14. Peyton Lane puts Mendham in motion. They'll hand off underneath again. Levi Fitzenmeyer breaks it, tackled it, bullies his way down to the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and short.
I always watch these to make sure they get the spot right because the tackler went underneath him that time and threw him over the top. Right. And they did give him the spot right because he got about another 1.5 yards because of how he tackled it.
6-yard gain, 2nd down 4. Siebold in motion. Lane's going to keep it himself, trying to get the outside. Now cuts underneath to the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! Touchdown, play center Tigers. Peyton, big play, Lane takes it in, and the Tigers are back within one score.
Tell you what, 6:14 to go, and we just played Tiger ball. You know, we played Tiger ball all the way down the field. Several handoffs to Levi Fitzmeyer, quarterback keeper, come back over this way. Tigers found the end zone.
Now trying for the 2-point conversion to get this down to 6. Still 6:14 to go in the game. 2-point conversion coming for the Tigers, down by 8. Midway through this fourth quarter. Lane goes under center. Mendham left, Siebold right. Mendham in motion. Handoff underneath, Levi Fitzmeyer, and he walks into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and the Tigers are right back in this thing, down by 6, 20-14. Still 6:14 to go in this game here in Nickerson. You're listening to Tiger Football on 100.9.
Great taste, fresh ingredients, lots of menu choices, all made to order with fast and friendly service. It all adds up to Subway, the one place where you can build your own meal exactly the way you like it. Subway in Clay Center is proud to sponsor CCCHS athletes, and whether you're heading to the game or getting ready to hit the road for home, the crew at Subway looks forward to seeing and serving you. Tiger fans and Subway, a winning combination.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full precision ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Cropping System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
Tigers making this really, really interesting now as Peyton Lane goes in from 14 yards out. Levi Fitzmeyer walks in the 2-point conversion, and the Tigers right now are within the score and still time left here, Chad.
Well, I'll tell you what, 6:14 to go in the game. It was 6:15 to go in the second quarter when Peyton scored his last touchdown. But here we go, and the Tiger defense is what has made this second half so far. We need to show it again now.
The kickoff is bang downfield over the return man's head. He was anticipating a potential onside, and Levi Fitzmeyer bangs one all the way into the end zone. It'll be Nickerson starting from their own 20.
He ended up just turning around and running and looking over his shoulder, and he still couldn't get to it.
Like a center fielder chasing down a home run ball that he couldn't get to. Yeah,
Willie Mays.
Exactly. First down and 10.
Say hey.
Nickerson from their own 20. Tigers down by just 6. 6:14 left to go. The Tiger D needs another stop. They've had a great second half thus far. Down 20-6 at halftime. Now down 20-14. And Nickerson with a football from their own 20. Schrog underneath handoff through the middle. Not much there. Tigers stand this up and drive it backwards. Peyton Lane, Dylan Moon, Dawson Humphrey, Wyatt Alexander, the Ant-Man. Name them all off, Chad, because they were all in on the play.
Well, absolutely. I think the Tigers in this second half of play finally figured out, hey, we not only can play with these guys, we can beat these guys. You know, we do have a touchdown that we don't have on the scoreboard that we took off with a holding penalty, and then we turned the ball over after that. Now, the Tiger defense has come out. They've held them scoreless since halftime. We've got to get the ball back.
Second down 8 after a 2-yard gain. 5.5 to work in this ball game. Nickerson from their own 22. Schrog. Handoff again underneath Coons. They go outside now. All of a sudden, that is Schrog who kept it. I thought he had given it away as I looked through the binocs to Coons. Schrog kept it. He takes it out to the 37-yard line. Big-time run by their quarterback.
Well, and he was about to take it to the house. Peyton Lane got a shoestring tackle on him, and if he doesn't get that, I'm not sure that there was anybody left.
So the Tigers now, defense back against the wall, as Nickerson with 5:17 to work, leading by 6, have it at their own 37-yard line. Still time, but they got out of a bit of a hole there on second and long inside their own 25. Schrog under center. He will pitch it left. Coons cuts off a block now through the middle, tackled by Kevin Ware. The Beast makes the tackle. It's a gain of 5, but still a big-time hit by Kevin Ware.
Nickerson has a really good blocking scheme on that, and almost every play we have a defensive end or an outside linebacker that it looks like he's going to blow up that play. They don't make a sensational block, but the objective of a block is to keep a player out of the play, and they just get in their way, and they stand them up. And I've watched that happen time and time again on these plays here.
Yeah, it's not slobber knockers.
No.
It's just keep the guy from getting to your guy, and that's what it's about. Here's a counter play from right to left. Good play by the Tigers underneath. That tackle is going to be made by, get you a number here, Peyton Lane coming from the outside. Garrett Craig also helping out. 3rd down and 3 as Nickerson has it at their own 45-yard line. This is a monster big-time play for this Tiger defense in this ball game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a huge play. Schrock ran over to the sidelines, got the play from the coach, and now he's back in, and we got to make a big stop here.
3rd down, a long 3 at their own 45. Nickerson goes under center. Tanner Schrock, the quarterback. Long snap count. He keeps it himself to the outside right. Falls forward near the 50-yard line. 1st and 10. Panthers move the football. Gavin Ware made the tackle. Schrock in a big 6'5" frame, able to fall forward enough to pick up 1st and 10.
And that's exactly it. I mean, his 6'5" frame is what got the first down. He kind of dove in the air, and he maybe picked it up by half a yard. That's how much of a stop we tried to make on that, almost made.
Timeout on the field. We'll take a break as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Hi, this is State Farm Agent Dave Borgerding. I'd like to take a moment to thank the Clay Center community. September marks 3 years since I moved my family to become a State Farm Agent at Clay Center. My team and I have had a lot of success growing our agency, but more importantly, my wife and kids have made friends, and the kids attend great schools. So to everyone in the Clay Center community, whether you're a State Farm customer or not, I appreciate you welcoming my family into this wonderful community. If you need a good neighbor, drop by my State Farm agency downtown or call 632-5642.
3:36 remains in this fourth quarter. The Tigers are down by just 6 points, but now Nickerson with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at the midfield stripe.
Well, I tell you what, that was if we only coulda, shoulda, but they didn't need a lot. They needed 3 yards. We looked to almost have the stop, but he was just able to stretch out enough with that big 6'5" body and pick up what he needed for the first down.
I do have one score in for you. The Axtell Eagles season has come to a close. It ended at halftime, 56-16 to Pike Valley. Again, Hanover leading by 2.5 over Rock Hills. I have no further scoring on that one. 1st and 10 here, Nickerson with the football at the midfield stripe. They lead by 6 over the Tigers. Just under 3.5 to go. Coons right side run. Hit and then driven toward the sideline. Connor Last in on the play, and Levi Fitzenmeyer as well. Last slow to get up, maybe cramping up.
Yeah, he is.
First, I thought he had doubled over and almost like he was dinged a little bit. Then I saw his leg come up there, and it looks like they're trying to stretch him out. 3:29 left in this ball game. Still time. An injury on the field. 2nd down 7 when we come back.
Ho, ho, ho! It's Jolly St. Todd from Walls True Value. Hey, we've got to make room for Christmas decorations and merchandise because, well, Corley and Terry say so. So we need to sell a bunch of appliances. Get washers with agitators starting at $265, matching dryers at $250, smooth top electric ranges starting at $300. Hey, if you have rentals or you want high-end appliances, we have a huge selection to pick from at Walls True Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center, open 7 days a week for you.
Holiday celebrations are always fun, and they're even better when you have help with the extra touches. Ray's Apple Market makes it easy on you by offering delicious deli trays with your choice of meats, cheeses and crackers, or vegetables and fruit. Sweeten up the get-together with a brownie and cookie tray, and add a touch of homemade goodness with breads and rolls from the bakery. They also have Rock House salads to complement your main course. Find everything you need for your Thanksgiving meal at Ray's Apple Market.
3:29 remains in this ball game. Tigers are trailing 20-14. 2nd down 7. Nickerson at the Tiger 47-yard line.
Well, Nickerson's going to want to just try to get this clock to expire in this game. I don't see him putting the ball in the air. They really haven't much anyway.
They don't want to all year, yeah.
But They're going to try to keep the ball in bounds. Tigers had a good stop on that play on defense. Good tackle on that. Stopped them for very little yardage, but we got to have 2 more, actually 3 more, because they're not probably going to punt either.
Second down, 7. Nickerson a long time out of their huddle. Tigers took the time out to stop that clock. 6-point ball game, still 3.5 to go. That is a long time at any level of football.
Yeah, it is.
The Tigers, though, need to make, obviously, 3 stops here very quickly.
Yeah, we really do, and they're still stretching on that leg of Connor Laston.
So he has been unable to get up off the field and get to the sideline. Let's take another time out here. Tiger football continues on 100.9.
Place your order now for next spring's crops and save a bundle. Count on Crop Production Services of Clay Center for the best quality corn and soybean seed. Their proven brands include DeKalb, Asgrow, Dynagro, Producers Hybrids, and LG. If you order now, you can take advantage of early cash and volume discounts, and they also have financing available. The agronomists at CPS stay current on the ever-changing field of seed technology, so they can provide well-informed advice to help increase your productivity.
Second down, 7. Nickerson with the football at the Tiger 47. 3:29 left in this game. Tigers trailing 20-14. Connor Last finally able to get up off the field. He did walk off without assistance, but obviously that cramp really eating up his lower calf.
It really is. Yeah. It really. I mean, I'm feeling his pain from up here.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Second down, 7. Tiger defensive line. Garrett Craig, Logan McDonald inside. Gavin Ware. Holden Heigl on the outside digging in. Schrog, the quarterback, goes under center. Second down, 7 to go at the Tiger 47-yard line. Schrog, one man in motion. He'll hand it off to Coons, and the run right side takes it to the 40-yard line. Chopped down by Jake Ferguson, but not before he picks up a 1st and 10, and that's going to make it really tough for the Tigers now.
Well, it is. We're inside of 3 minutes now. Jake Ferguson in for Connor Last in the defensive backfield there, I think. But, yeah, it's going to make it a little bit tough because they just moved the chains once again. New set of downs. Clock's ticking at 2:55.
And, of course, Nickerson's going to take all the time they can before they snap the football, as they should, to wind this clock down. It's their friend right now. 1st and 10 at the Tigers' 40-yard line. Schrog continues to wait for the clock to wind down, now steps in under center. Turns, counterplay right to left, and chopped down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Gavin Siebold, the ball hawk. Timeout by the Tigers. It'll be second down and long.
What a sure tackle by Siebold. I mean, he just buried him right on the line of scrimmage.
The ball hawk makes things happen. Let's talk about our Debenham electrifying play of the game. We have 2, and they're both going to the same guy. And I love Chet. This was his call again. The catch on 4th down. 4th and 6.
Yeah.
Tigers had to move the chains, make something happen. A bullet from Peyton Lane.
We had to go for it.
Had to go for it.
Yeah.
Had to make it happen. A bullet from Peyton Lane into a crowd. And Ant not only makes the catch, but he ran a route that was enough for the 1st down.
And so oftentimes you see a little bit of a hiccup in that right correct route. You got to know where you need to be.
And the defense knows, and you still got to get there.
Yeah, and you got to know that you're turning back on a real quick back pattern like that, and you got to have room to still have that 1st down.
Or the other side of that was Ant on defense. He made the sack that forced the 4th down, and the Tigers able to get the football back.
Absolutely. So that's our electrifying plays of the game.
Plays of the game from Debenham Electric. Second down and 10 here. 2:30 to work. Tigers trail 20-14. Trying to find some way to see the ball drop to the floor.
Yeah.
You know, cover it up and then see what happens. Second down 10. Tigers have 1 timeout remaining. Football is at the Tiger 40-yard line.
I don't think he'll go under center until the back judge starts ticking 5.
2:30 left in this game. Schrog under center. Counter from right to left, and now the ball, was it taken away? It was taken away. The Tigers come up with the football. That is Levi Fitzenmeyer. The big pull, shot through, and almost took it away from the handoff that time.
I tell you what, if he could have kept his feet,
he was gone.
He was gone. There was nobody else there. We're talking about trying to get the ball back here with 2:50 or 2:25. Tigers have it on the 46-yard line.
2:25 left in the game, down by 6, and the Tigers have brand new life. What a play by Levi Fitzenmeyer. So the Tigers have a chance, down by 6 from their own 45-yard line. Peyton Lane under center. One timeout left, 2:25 still to go. In motion, Mendham. Lane's going to run it right side, looking for a block. Leans forward, now breaks a tackle. He takes it across the midfield stripe. 2:17 now left to work. It is a gain of 6, maybe 7 yards. It brings up second down. The Tigers have to work quick. Now we've got a stop of play on that far side. A Tiger is down and injured. Trying to see who this is. And I cannot get a number yet. It may be Peyton Lane. Still yet to get up after the tackle. It was a gain of 6. Tigers down by 6. Levi Fitzenmeyer comes up with an amazing turnover and gives the Tigers a chance.
You know, just before that play, you're saying if we could just get the ball on the floor or something. I bet said, well, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, and then I had to ask myself on the air, did he actually get it? Because I saw him going the other way, and I wasn't sure that he actually had the football. Tigers still have an injured player down. Let's take a timeout. Tigers have 2nd and 4, 2:10 to work, down by 6 at the Nickerson 47-yard line when we come back.
In this risky market, does your farm have the protection it needs? Farmers Union Insurance is committed to providing our farm families with complete insurance solutions for every operation, large or small. We have products to cover everything from crops to combines, homes to barns, autos to auto steer and your tractors. Our products will help manage your risk and keep you protected from the unknown. Give me, Jim Gearhan, a call at 632-3264 or stop by our office at 426 Lincoln Avenue in downtown Clay Center. We are proud to support the Tiger Athletics.
2:10 to work. Tigers trailing here by 6, but back with the football. An amazing play defensively by Levi Fitzenmeyer. Peyton Lane is down, and they're still trying to tend to him, so we probably will see the sophomore Cooper Glavin come in. Scott City, by the way, leads 21-14, 2.5 left in the game in that matchup in Scott City over Kingman. So they have come from behind. They were down 14-0 early. Peyton Lane being helped off the field. I can't tell what the injury is, but it is a left leg injury, the best I can tell you. So Cooper Glavin in at quarterback. 2:09, clock goes back into motion, 2nd down 4. Football at the Nickerson 47. Glavin, pitch right deep, and it's a halfback option pass downfield. Anthony Atkinson indicating, and it is going to be incomplete. Ant tripped.
Yeah.
He had a step. Mendham pretty good throw downfield, but Ant tripped, almost went to the ground, popped back up, and became a defender.
He did. He became a defensive back there because I didn't even know Mendham threw left-handed.
I love the call.
I do, too. He's rolling to his left, and he flings that ball, left-handed throw. But if Ant doesn't trip and he is able to run as a receiver that whole play.
Oh, man. So 3rd and 4. Glavin has Ant to the right side in motion. Mendham. Handoff underneath Levi Fitzenmeyer. Not much there. It brings up 4th down and 2 or 3 still to go. Now 1:45 remaining. 4th down and 2.
Well, the Tigers need to keep life here. There's enough game to go, but we only have one more play to keep this ball.
4th down, 2 yards. Peyton Lane is back at quarterback. Siebold in motion. Lane's going to keep it himself. Falls forward. 1st and 10 Tigers. They'll take it to the 41-yard line. Big play Lane back on the field and back in there for a 1st and 10.
They're going to move the chains, set the chains, and then they're going to restart the clock. It's 1:24 right now.
1:24 to work. Tigers have 1 timeout remaining. Down by 6. Football is at the Nickerson 43-yard line. Lane back to pass in the pocket. Fires off his back foot downfield, and it is going to be incomplete. Anthony Atkinson Inniking trying to get through a crowd to the football, and he just couldn't quite get downfield far enough.
Well, and with the incomplete pass, that stops the clock, and the Tigers are looking at 2nd and 10 now. I'm not sure. We didn't have a good angle on that pass. There was a defender that fell down back there. I'm not sure what all was going on back there, but incomplete pass.
Looks like a big crowd that was trying to get through. 2nd down and 10. It does stop the clock, as Chet said, 1:11 left to work. Alexander wide left side. Off to the right is Connor Last and Anthony Atkinson Inniking. So Last back in there after he was injured with the cramp. Peyton Lane back in at quarterback. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Fires it downfield. Across the middle. It's going to be picked off. There is a penalty flag. 2 penalty flags down. The return by Nickerson to the 40. Out to the 45. Near the midfield stripe and out of bounds. But there are 2 penalty flags. What appears to be Ansher calling it defensive pass interference. Let's see.
He is. He's saying, let's come back and play it.
He was running a route down the seam, kind of a post route from right down the middle of the field. Lane put a pretty good throw on it down in that direction. 2 defenders in the area. A lot of contact. Penalty flag came in after the interception was taken. And we haven't seen a signal, but it almost has to be going Tigers' way.
Well, and the 2 flags
is a penalty flag on Nickerson.
2 flags, one from the far sideline official, the other from the back judge back here, and the flags almost hit. They landed about a foot from each other. They were calling the same penalty. Here the Tigers have first down, move the chains, up here at about the 20-yard line.
56 seconds still to go. The football is at the Nickerson 28-yard line. Play center. More new life after the penalty flag. 1st and 10. And his wide right. Lane under center. Handoff underneath. Levi Fitzenmeyer squirts his way forward inside the 25. Down near the 20. Short of the first down marker. Down to 48 seconds left. The Tigers trying to go hurry up. 6-yard gain at 2nd down 4. 42 to work, down by 6. Lane quickly under center. Offense. He rolls right, wants to pass it. Rolls further right now. He's going to tuck it and run it. First down yardage. Near the sideline and out of bounds goes big play Lane. It's 1st and 10 Tigers. 32 seconds left to work inside the Nickerson 20.
Well, he rolled out. I don't know if he ever intended to throw that ball. He had some receivers downfield, but he made a decision pretty early in that play. He was going to keep the ball in his hands. He was going to get past the first down marker and then get out of bounds.
32 seconds left. Football now is at, it's a timeout on the field. The football is at the Nickerson 15-yard line. Boy, Chet, we may have given away far too many awards early in this game, but they were big plays at the time. But how about this team? Yeah. Levi Fitzenmeyer, 2:25 left on the clock, and we're talking about maybe them making a mistake. Nickerson, he just made a play. He went out, football play.
He went out and made a play, and I'm giving him now the electrifying play of the game.
I go with it. Yeah.
Just for that play alone, that everybody's listening, that we're talking about it, that we still have a game going on. They were trying to run out the clock. Yeah. They were trying to run out the clock, get this game to. They wanted to be in the locker room by now and go home. Now everybody's thinking something different.
1st and 10, football at the Nickerson 15. Tigers still have 1 timeout remaining. 32 seconds left. Lane rolling left. He's going to keep it through the middle. And he takes it down inside the 10-yard line, down near the 8. 25 to work. Clock ticking. 1 timeout remaining. 21 seconds left. Tigers go quick. Lane going to keep it, now pulls it back and stops the clock at 16 seconds. It'll be 3rd down, 3, maybe 4 yards to go. The Tigers stopping the clock by throwing the ball in the turf.
He doubted himself.
Yeah.
He spiked the ball, then he doubted himself, and he wanted to make sure it wasn't a fumble, so then he covered it.
3rd down and 3. 16 seconds left. Wyatt Alexander, wide left. To the right side, slotted is Connor Last. Wide right, Atkinson Inniking. Lane under center. Rolls right, wanting to pass. 16 to work. Now he throws toward the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! Connor Last! Boomer has made the play. We're tied at 20. 12 seconds left to play in this football game.
Okay, now I'm taking away the other, and I'm giving that the most electrifying play of the game. What a great
If
pass.
they make this 2-point conversion, it's going to trump the last 3 you've given it to. Peyton Lane rolls right, let's give him credit for the throw off his back foot. But how about Boomer? Connor Last hauling it in. Now the 2-point conversion try. No, they're going to go for the extra point try to take the lead. And now a timeout coming in by the Tigers. I love this timeout. Let's make sure if we're going to kick it, we got everything right. If not, let's go for 2. We're tied at 20. 12 seconds left in this game. As Lazarus rose from the grave, Chet, the Clay Center Tigers have done it tonight. We're tied at 20. Stay with us. You're finished. Coming up next.
Gutters are necessary for the protection of your home, and quality seamless guttering is the most efficient. At B&D Seamless Gutters, you'll have your choice of colors, and they can even match the color to your siding in residential or commercial settings. 7, 8, and 6-inch half-round commercial guttering is also available. Add value and style to your home or building with new gutters. Talk to Brian Moon and have them install leaf screens or solid gutter covers. Call B&D Seamless Gutters for a free estimate. 632-0696.
Scott City, by the way, is won 21-14 over Kingman. So the winner of this game, they'll get Scott City. If the Tigers win it, it's in Clay Center next week. At 2:25 left in this game, down by 6, it didn't look likely. And then Levi Fitzenmeyer comes up with a turnover of the ages. And then the Tigers just found ways to keep moving the football down the field until eventually Peyton Lane hits Connor Last for a touchdown to tie it. And now Peyton Lane is on for the extra point try. This would give the Tigers a 1-point lead if it goes through. Cooper Glavin is the holder. The snap is there, the hold down, the kick on its way. It is good! He squirts it through the left goal post. And the Tigers have gone up 21-20 with 12 seconds left to play in this game. Stay with us. The maybe final kickoff of the game on the way next.
At Homestead Real Estate, we have a team of agents with extensive knowledge and experience in buying and selling real estate. Our agents will work hard for you whether we are marketing your property or helping you look for the right home, commercial building, farm, or recreational property. Our agents can help you with properties in the area, whether listed by our agency, another agency, or a for sale by owner. Find information at cchomesteadrealestate.com. Homestead Real Estate, founded by local people invested in our community and proud supporters of the Clay Center Tigers.
Tigers up 21-20. 12 seconds left to play. I mean, they've come from nowhere, Chad. People had written them off. You and I had gotten close. We were hoping, we were reaching. But to be honest, when Levi Fitzenmeyer comes up with that fumble, all of a sudden,
what?
Adrenaline pumped up.
What?
Yeah, what happened there?
I mean, he almost kept his feet.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Tigers score with 12 seconds to go in the game.
Wow.
And we talk about the catch by Connor Last, which he kind of had to catch that in his gut on self-defense because Peyton Lane rifled that pass in there. What a great throw. Now, we have to be smart. And there's a lot of talking going on over in that huddle, and we're getting ready to kick off.
Tigers will boot it. There is no win tonight. There hasn't been the entire night. It's just been a limp flag, and both teams have come out on a crisp football Friday and given their hearts. I cannot believe right now the Tigers have a 1-point lead.
Well, you and I, that was not the most beautiful kick in the world. But it apparently went through.
Chet said it best. When he sees Peyton Lane later, he will say, "That is the most beautiful, ugly kick I've ever seen in my life."
That's what I'm going to tell him.
We both thought he'd missed it.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those that we had to wait to see what the officials said, especially from this angle. All right, here we go. Teeing it up for the kick.
21-20, Levi Fitzenmeyer to kick it off. Tigers lead by 1. The kick on its way downfield. Driven back inside the 20, the 15-yard line, and tripping, that's going to be a knee down. And so Nickerson will start from their own 20-yard line. The return by Tristan Isley, and he just slipped on kind of, I think, what's becoming damp grass with this dewy kind of fog moving in. And the Tigers with a 21-20 lead, now 9 seconds left, and Nickerson at their own 20-yard line.
Well, they ate up 3 seconds on that, and he was trying to set up a return, and like you say, he slipped, and 2 officials saw. I mean, he tried covering. No, my knee didn't touch, but 2 officials were on it. So here we are back here at the 20-yard line.
Nickerson will send one receiver right. They don't throw it a lot, but obviously in this situation, they may have to. Schraub back to pass, pressure coming, and he is driven down. Holden, match point, Heigl, the sack with 4 seconds left. and he has driven back Holden Heigl. How many times has he ended football games this year with sack plays?
The first game of the season and the second game of the season, and now tonight.
Holden Heigl blasts through. Shaw trying to roll right, and the sack with 4 seconds left, and a timeout taken by Nickerson. They'll have one Hail Mary remaining.
We'd already given the big hitter of the game to Holden Heigl, for coming in with 2 big hits to force them to punt for the first time in the game. What a classic time for the perfect guy to get that sack, and we saw him coming from that right end position. And boy, the quarterback Shrag did not see him coming at all.
He had no chance. Yeah, he's trying to look downfield and make a play, and then Holden Heigl, who we've seen it so many times, comes busting through and destroys Schrag in the backfield. The Tigers with a 21-20 lead with 4 seconds remaining, looking for their first playoff win since 1994. About to have it.
If we get that, I'm going to replace our stat of the game, but I'm not going to do it yet.
Amen. So it's second down and long after the 10-yard sack play by Holden Heigl.
This is going to be the longest 4 seconds of some people's lives.
8-yard loss. Under center. 4 seconds left. Again, back to pass. Pressure coming. He'll tuck it and run it. This will be the last play of the game. No time on the clock. He goes down. They're going to pitch it and try to run the hook and ladder. Now to the outside left. Nickerson still trying to pass it backwards. They do. Ant blows it up. Game over. The Tigers have come from nowhere to win this football game. Down by 6. 2:25 remaining. Nickerson winding down the clock. The Tigers' Levi Fitzenmeyer forcing the fumble, and then Peyton Lane hits Connor Last to tie it, laying the extra point, and the Tigers have won this thing 21-20 on the road against Smoky Valley. Their first playoff win since 1994. They're headed home to the Den. Playoff football in Clay Center next Friday night. Stay tuned. Postgame coming up next.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full precision ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Profit System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
We are almost to the holiday season, and we at Union State Bank would like to say thank you. Thank you for your deposits, farm loans, home loans, or whatever other products. I know I'm thankful that as a Clay Center kid, I could bring my family back to Clay Center and find a job serving Clay Center. So would you trust us to serve you with one of our many loans or deposit products? As a standalone bank with no other branches in other towns, our success depends on your success. Let's do this together. Go local. Come to Union State Bank. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hasselmack, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
Clay Center Tiger Football on KCLY is brought to you in part by Wilbur Ellis Reseed and Feed, Union State Bank, TSI Kansas Incorporated Clay Center, by Central Valley Ag, Walsh Value Appliance and Lumber, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center at Manhattan, Crop Production Service at Clay Center, by Twin Valley, Midwest Regional Agency Jim Dearham, Subway of Clay Center, and Bud's Tire Service.
Words hard to come by to wrap up this thing tonight for the Clay Center Tigers to come from where they were in this ball game. 20-6 down at halftime.
Yep.
20-16 with a score taken off the board, if you remember in the third quarter. I know you remember very well. And then down 20-16 with 2:25 left. If Nickerson just trying to wind the clock down. And somehow Levi Fitzenmeyer makes a football play and comes up with the win. Phil Casper, good win, brother. Coach Casper stepping into the booth real quickly. This is an exciting time for the Tigers right now. But, you're down by 6 with 2:25 left. Fitzenmeyer gets the fumble recovery somehow, almost takes it to the house. I mean, he was a a footstep away from keeping his balance and going.
Yeah.
Then the Tigers convert 3 different times. They don't get in a rush. You said it at one point. They play Tiger football, even at that point of the football game. And then eventually, Peyton Lane hits Connor Last. And Last comes up big tonight with the catch in the first half, the catch in the end zone, a bullet down into the goal line, and then the extra point squeaks through for the lead, and then you hold on to win at 21-20. Amazing stuff.
And both of those guys from that pitching and catching battery right there, with several minutes to go in the game, both of those guys left with injuries at one point. Connor Last left with a cramp injury, and then like maybe 3 plays before the touchdown, Peyton Lane leaves with an injury.
Yeah.
3 or 4 plays, whatever. But one thing we kept talking about tonight, and it almost maybe people thought we were being critical on our guys. I think it's because we know them so well, and they weren't playing the football in the first half that we know that they can play. And they weren't playing the football in the first half that got them to the playoffs. Well, by golly, they did in the second half. And I'm replacing the stat of the game, which it was the most appropriate stat of the game in the world at the time. It was such a big deal to make those stops and make them punt for the first time in the game in the third quarter. But here's the real stat of the game. We held them scoreless in the second half. They had 20 points on the board at halftime. They got 20 points on the board now.
15-0. Tigers win the second half, and it wins them the football game. And it wins them their first playoff game since 1994. And it wins them a home playoff game next Friday night in the Den, against Scott City.
That's good stuff, brother.
Man, that is good stuff. I'm going to take another time out. Your postgame is being brought to you tonight by Cloud County Community College, Clay County National Bank, Homestead Real Estate Play Center, and B&D Seamless Gutters. We're back in just a moment.
Visiting a college campus should be a rad experience. Schedule a visit to Cloud to hear all about academic opportunities, our nationally competitive athletics, and tour our beautiful campus with a Cloud Proud Student Ambassador. Senior Day is November 15th at 2 p.m. All attendees will get free admissions tickets to the men's and women's basketball conference matchup with the Hush Blue Dragons. To register for Senior Day or to visit, call Cloud Admissions at 785-243-1435, extension 212. Go T-Birds.
Gutters are necessary for the protection of your home, and quality seamless guttering is the most efficient. At B&D Seamless Gutters, you'll have your choice of colors, and they can even match the color to your siding in residential or commercial settings. 7, 8, and 6-inch half-round commercial guttering is also available. Add value and style to your home or building with new gutters. Talk to Brian Moon and have them install leaf screens or solid gutter covers. Call B&D Seamless Gutters for a free estimate. 632-0696.
It's a tough challenge for student athletes to balance academics and sports. It's only through focused determination and perseverance that they find success for themselves and their teammates. I'm Brett Hupka, and our team at Clay County National Bank is very proud to stand with the Clay Center Tigers, their coaches, and their families. Best wishes for an outstanding season to all the student athletes from Clay County National Bank, member FDIC.
At Homestead Real Estate, we have a team of agents with extensive knowledge and experience in buying and selling real estate. Our agents will work hard for you whether we are marketing your property or helping you look for the right home, commercial building, farm, or recreational property. Our agents can help you with properties in the area, whether listed by our agency, another agency, or a for sale by owner. Find information at cchomesteadrealestate.com. Homestead Real Estate, founded by local people invested in our community and proud supporters of the Clay Center Tigers.
Once again, back at Nickerson, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Our hearts go out to Nickerson. I mean, they fought their tails off. They've had a tremendous season. They'll finish 7-3. They lost 21-20 in overtime at Smoky Valley last year. They lose 21-20 in regulation and a crazy finish at home tonight against the Tigers. I can't imagine how they feel. As elated as we are for the Tigers, right? I mean, it's tough to see teams have to deal with it. It's what high school football is all about. You and I know that. Yeah. That's why we love it. Yeah. That's why kids play it, and they grow up to be better men for it. But this is tough for Nickerson tonight.
Well, there's a lot of broken hearts out there. They played their hearts out. They're good players. They're a good football team. And I saw a pretty classy football team. I would agree. But, yeah, it's tough. It's tough for several families here, that have more than one player on the team and what have you. But they were basically winding down the game. Yeah. but they hadn't finished it.
It was right in their grasp, and the Tigers just yanked it away from them. Amazing game. I mean, to come from where they were in this football game and the Tigers to get this win, amazing, amazing stuff. Can't wait to get home in the den next Friday night and face the Scott City Beavers, huh?
That's going to be some of the reward for what was done tonight. You sometimes got to go a couple hours away, and sometimes somebody has to come more than a couple hours to you.
That's right. It'll be a fun one in the den. Tigers with an amazing win. I have not had any more scores around the KCLY community. I know Axtell did take the loss. Hanover was up by 2 at halftime. I have not had a final on that one. But here, the Tigers somehow get it done. From nowhere to a win, and a playoff win, and a home game next week against Scott City. The Tigers win at 21-20. For our studio engineer, Bernie Pancella, for Zach Elzinga, who's back with us on Stats next week, Chet Carlson, this is Rocky Dowling telling you, I know you will, to enjoy the rest of your Football Friday.